Yo, welcome to WLVS Radio. You tuned into the open bar.
Salud.
Salud. What's today's date?
Today's day is 10-1.
10-1. It's
That's
the
right.
1st of October. Yo.
The very 1st of October.
So I'm having like the worst week ever. As y'all can hear it in my voice a little bit. So like, it is unfortunately because you said you put a post on your Facebook. And you talked about the flu shot. Should you get it or not?
I did ask that question.
And I said, look at my eyes and everything. It's like I'm just really feeling it. And so I got the flu shot. I swear within an hour after getting the flu shot, all this phlegm and everything, my eyes got red.
Hold on, why'd
swollen.
you go get it? You just decided for the year?
Well,
for
I get it
season?
every year.
You do?
I get it every year. My doctor tells me to get the flu shot.
Okay.
She says get the flu
So
shot.
you got the flu shot
But this is the first year I got sick. Like immediately right afterwards I got sick.
within an hour.
Within an hour I felt like my bones wanted to crack.
Wow.
I felt every bit of 40. Well, I'm not 40 yet, but I'm just saying. God.
I really wanted to talk to somebody who actually had it and got it, recently, so forth. Because the one thing I did learn in that whole, I'll tell you this: 90% of people said do not get the flu shot.
Well, I'm not getting it again.
90% said that. But what I did learn was that that the strand is mutating every year.
Yeah, I heard like they have like bad strains this year that's really not really helpful. Shout out to Facebook Live listener Reese Wade. Happy birthday, by the way. It's her birthday.
Happy birthday.
All right, Reese.
And she said that it's a dead strain.
Strand.
A dead strand. What you mean a dead strand?
I don't
Meaning
know.
you can't.
It's
treat it?
deadly. Is it deadly?
Deadly strand.
Oh, wow.
Not dead.
Strain.
It's deadly.
She said strain. I don't know what she meant by that, but I think she might be a nurse. So no, I'm just kidding. But anyway, this is the worst. Like I literally like this eye. I can hardly see out of. It look like I don't know what's going on.
So the flu, because they do give you some. They basically do put some germ inside.
I swear to God, I felt it. Forgive me for swearing, but you just grabbed the when she put that thing in me, I felt like I went like ugh. Like I never felt like it's something they did this year. I don't know. It's almost like last time I got a Mickey when I was at the bar, and I woke up the next day with my clothes off. But I digress. But
You digress at the bar, or did you digress?
well, I wasn't naked. I was just pantsless, but I didn't know exactly where I was. I still can't tell exactly where I was.
This nigga didn't say topless. He said pantsless. Most dudes, they taking off their top first. This nigga say he taking
I ain't
off
the
his
average
pants.
dude, you know. I didn't
We
take
know
my
that.
obviously I didn't take my pants off. I don't know what happened to my pants.
Hey, I don't even know if I want to ask any questions about the story.
I don't know, honestly. I'm just saying this is the way I felt with somebody said do better. That's the way I felt with this thing. And it's like literally, honestly, I saw the drink bubbling. I don't know why I still drank it. That was just so stupid. But anyway, moving on. This flu shot is crazy though. Like I've never gotten sick. I've been getting the flu shot every year since I was a child. And
Really?
this is the first year I feel horrible.
It's interesting, man.
It's horrible,
Do,
so.
do you think it helped you though? Do you think it made you avoid sickness most years?
Well, I don't get sick that often. So
But Ron,
Yes, you do.
The last
you've been
4
sick.
years, it's like you've been
First
sick
of all,
every single
I've
year.
known
No, but those
I've
been
known you
like,
over 20 years, and you get sick very often.
no, those are like hospital sicks. It's different. Like when you like
So that's a sick. I mean,
my last serious sickness, I got a bacteria infection. I don't know how I got it, but I think it was because I was
that's
working at
because you messing with
NIH.
them dirty ass hoes.
Anyway,
and I think
and then I got my appendix taken out. What else? Those have been the sicknesses. It's been like I don't get colds.
You do get colds all the time.
I do not. That's
You've had the flu.
I just don't like to go to work. I digress. I didn't mean to say that. That's just my excuse. But I know how to make my voice sound. But no, literally right now I just feel. But I don't feel like I got a cold. It just feel more like achy bones and
That feels
blurry
like the
vision. Is it the flu? I don't think it's the flu. Y'all pray for me. Keep me near the cross. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. anyway, that was been my weekend.
flu. There's a hole in the ground waiting on you.
Oh Lord, hey, when it's my time, it's my time. But anyway, moving on. I went to a beautiful wedding. Shout out to the damn, I forgot their last names.
That's
crazy.
How was the wedding?
The wedding was amazing. Amazing. It was just a beautiful wedding. These are a young couple. They like I know their first names, Katoya and
That's
Trey.
all that matter.
But I'm just saying, why can't I remember their last name? I was drunk at the wedding as well. But
Who performed the ceremony?
my pastor.
Oh, okay.
I mean, my pastor's cool like you.
Ooh.
Oh,
He was like, "Why you ain't get me that check?"
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it wasn't my wedding because let me tell you, if I'm getting
that's
married,
cool. That's good.
Like again, you know, it's definitely a business decision. If you ever see me walking down the aisle, it's not love. So, so it'll be well.
You do sign a contract, so it is a business decision.
No,
matter
but
how
I'm
much
just
you gonna
saying.
put in it.
I mean,
Except for you, it's real business.
it's gonna be real business. It's like I'm literally walking into millionaire status right after my wedding.
So you can't be. It couldn't be 100,000 status.
That could work tomorrow, but you know we got to be leading to millionaire. You know you got levels.
I'm saying they're like 800, 900,000.
Hey, well, you know me. I don't want to take care of nobody else's daughter.
Neither do I.
So I'm going like get on that site Ron on.
Right. Roll
Hey,
with it.
what's the site?
Yeah.
We all need to be on there.
Where is the sugar mamas at?
The Sugar Mamas at the Chateau on Benning Road, baby. You get your bills paid. You get on one dance, but you got to do. You know how to hand dance?
No.
See, you ain't know. You
I
can't do
think
it.
I
You
think I
got to
can
learn how
fake
to
it,
hand
but
dance.
I can't really do it.
My mama always told me. She said one day you're gonna have some woman take care of you, so you got to learn how to hand dance. Now this,
So you've been taking lessons all together. Huh?
all together. Shoot.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well.
if it works for you,
And
it
I'll tell
works
you
for
one thing, though. There's an age group that really do me hand dancing. That's the thing.
I think hand dancing is hot. Like, I mean, it's way different. Like our Chicago listeners, they do what is called step dancing. I
stepping.
think like steps
That's
to the
all
name of
Midwest.
love.
That's like Chicago.
Yeah, that's a
Michigan,
Midwest thing.
Michigan, yeah.
But my mama and my stepdad, they get on that floor, they be hand dancing for hours, boy, and then they be sick for 2 weeks.
Be broke
they
down,
broke
huh?
down. But they be getting it in. But anyway, that was my weekend. The wedding was really good, and they did some like really beautiful like what you call that when you do your vows. So
Yeah.
you could tell this couple really loved each other.
They wrote their own
They
vows.
had real
They
vows.
wrote their own vows.
Cause like mine would be like, I promise to cherish you and believe that you're gonna pay the bills, and you know what I'm saying. I would be like, I'm playing.
Shout out to your twin brother. And
Oh yeah, my
wife.
brother just had
They-
he's
they
been
just-
married for 19
Yeah, they
years.
just celebrated 19-year.
I think theirs is real too.
Shout out to Arnold, man.
Yeah, shout out to him.
I think they really in love. What do you think? To be together for 19 years?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, they've been together for at least 25. They've been together
They've been
since high
since
school.
high school.
And they got
And they got married in their mid-20s.
and 2 sons strong.
Two sons strong.
Wow.
19 years.
Can you imagine being with the same vagina or penis for 19
For
years?
no,
Wow.
for what was it? It's like almost 30 years.
Oh
really.
my God.
Man.
Wow.
It's really since they
Oh,
was
yeah.
in 10th grade, right?
The same vagina, same penis.
Since 10th grade.
Wow, that's impressive. Wow. How?
Yeah, I know. Maybe he's like rediscovering it.
Rediscovering it?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. I wonder if he. Well, we can't talk about that because I won't get in trouble. But because there's this thing with women getting this vagina rejuvenated.
Oh yeah,
Rejuvenated.
Yeah, exactly.
I
That's
wonder
when-
does that really work?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you could test it out yourself. Just put a crock pot underneath underneath the kitchen chair and turn on. Tell mama sit on down.
And tighten it up.
Yeah.
I want
And
to
see.
But do
and
you
see
put
if
a
we get
little?
it right.
Do you put a little distilled vinegar or like what did?
You gotta put all that in there. You gotta put some lavender, some vinegar,
Because that tighten it up. The lavender. Now I love the smell of lavender. I don't know what's it on me.
some vinegar, I'm sure, and
Look, oh, we are talking about vagina rejuvenation. That's crazy. I know people gonna think we crazy listening.
hey,
to that.
I know. Well,
They already think we're
but this is the
crazy.
thing, though.
Especially
This
they
is
know
the thing.
you.
They doing that though.
They are.
I mean, women shave now. Like, I grew up in the day when it was,
Women didn't shave.
Yeah, it was like when
Yeah.
you could see like bush. That was like,
Yeah,
You thought that was hot?
that was hot.
that was hot.
Because
Hairy
back in the
legs
day.
and everything.
Because
right?
Back in the
honestly,
day.
I have a little fetish for
But-
a little mustache on a woman, a little light skin.
But everybody shaves everything now though.
Everybody shaves. There's no more landing strips. you know.
Exactly. Like, okay.
But
I mean,
but
I'm cool
I have
with
to-
it though.
No,
I'm cool with it.
I cannot take a hairy leg woman. I'm sorry, you need to shave your legs. That's
I mean,
I used to think that was sexy too.
I used to like that as well too.
well, a
But
little mustache, but I'm just saying, you know the
yeah, the little
teeth-
light, just the little light
the
hint.
little light. I ain't talking about like Prince.
But you know how
I'm
she's
talking
gonna
about
look when
like-
she get older, though, right?
What's she gonna look like?
she's gonna look like a guy.
Oh.
That's just joking, just joking.
Right.
But
I can't deal
A
with the
werewolf.
mustache though.
You can't deal with the mustache.
Nah, I mean
It was cute when it was light, right?
If you not shaving it, because see, if you start shaving, it start going back thicker and thicker.
Yeah.
So if you got a little mustache, just let it grow. You know, that's it.
Well, no, they can't let it grow because
I mean,
it actually
let it go. I
'cause
mean, not let it go. Not let it grow. Let it go.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because it's not.
touch it as little as possible.
Yes.
Shout out to
You might want to pluck the hair.
Shout out to Vicky. She said you guys are crazy, especially Whoa!
Yes.
Why
thank
am
you.
I crazy? I'm just being the truth.
Yes,
Anyway, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with a little mustache. What about the little sideburn?
Hey, listen, ladies, the hair is okay. I mean, I think the hair's to think you got to shave everything all the time, and but I think it's because they don't like to wear underwear no more. I mean, that's what I think it is. I mean, they don't want to wear underwear no more. I
But
mean,
if you don't wear underwear, right?
I don't know what it is.
Don't you
like,
think? Well,
yeah, these ladies do not wear underwear.
Well,
these
I'm
days.
just saying, especially if you're wearing a dress, don't you think their legs are gonna rub together and it's gonna be
but
a
that
little bit
depend.
more
Wouldn't that
sweaty?
mean that you're a little on the thick side if your legs scrubbing?
Nah, it's
I
a
mean-
lot of slim women that got.
Why
guys
is your-
that rub together?
Oh wow, Beyonce
right,
got.
right.
No,
You-
but women paying to get that Beyonce gap. You know that Beyonce gap where the legs don't touch? Is it just me? Y'all don't notice that?
I'm sorry.
I-
go ahead, say it again.
I don't
the,
know
the
nothing about that
Beyonce
one.
gap, your legs don't touch. Reese said yes, no panties. So women don't like to wear panties. I'm starting to know that. Ooh, we gotta
Or they want to, or they wear bloomers.
bloomers. Bloomers is
Yes.
panties though.
Yeah, they're not wearing like thongs or G strings.
No, it was a progression, right? They went from wearing bloomers or just regular underwear, right, to the thongs, right? Thongs was popular at one
Yes,
time, right?
yes.
Everybody was wearing thongs. Like little girls didn't even want to wear the underwear; they want to wear a thong like their mother.
Yes,
But
yes.
thongs don't hurt. I
I don't know.
But now-
I don't,
but now-
I don't,
but thongs
I don't have
was-
a crotch to find out if
No,
thongs hurt or not.
thongs was a gateway to nothing.
But look, as fellas, do you guys like the free ball?
Yeah.
I guess at times,
At times.
not normally.
Not
Now,
normally.
First of all, it depends. Like in the summer, yeah,
So you free ball in the summer. Oh,
all the time.
you just a nasty old. But no,
Hey.
I'm just saying underwear. I mean, the freer the better. I think too. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I guess
But-
I would free ball if like I ain't have nothing clean, and I'm like I try to stop going to the store just buying underclothes just because nothing's clean. That's
Now,
like so
I-
irresponsible, right?
I go buy some, right, and I even go buy some when I'm even going on vacation. But 9 times out of 10, I come back with the same amount. that I had clean.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. One time I went to work, and I guess my underwear was like too small for me, and I had actually cut them off. At work. Long story anyway. I digress.
You cut them
And they-
off? What?
Yeah, they were annoying, and so it was like you never been to a time where your underwear was just annoying.
No, I make sure my underwear fit.
Oh,
I don't. I buy my underwear, very often. I don't wear them. So when I do wear them, they're not 20 years old.
shout out to Torrance Cook live on Facebook. He said, I guess he's saying he don't wear he wears underwear unless he's about to get it in. Oh, wow. Okay.
He wears them when he's about to get it in, or
He
he
said,
don't.
I guess he does, but he don't like to wear them unless he. You need to call and clarify that, but I don't know.
Or just-
Anyway, yo, we've been talking quite a lot about underwear. We moved from the flu shot to
Vaginas.
To underwear.
to
No underwear. Yeah, exactly. So
Dave, what was your weekend like?
It was.
We're gonna
work.
go to a quick break. We come right back with our drink of the day. And
That's what's up.
I'm just joking. We coming right back with our drink of the day and some hot time. We got a beautiful guest that's in the building.
yes, we do. Yes, we do.
She's gonna keep us laughing as well. She's gonna sanctify us. You bring your anointment oil? She did. Praise God. Praise God. God is good. Yo, we'll be right back. Give us a call at 202-656-1BAR. Salud.
Salute.
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. You're tuning into the open bar.
Salud.
Salute,
Salute.
salute, salute. Of course, Dave is rocking our apparel. Can you see that live on air? You looking fresh. It's a little wrinkled, but we digress. And,
Can't see the wrinkles on screen,
I'm
buddy.
just kidding. Yo, you can order them shirts online at obartuesdays@gmail.com. Part of proceeds benefit the Congress Heights project.
Do not say it. Do not say it. I'm going to call
Congress
Sharif.
Heights, what is it?
It's the community.
Community says. So it's projects and ghetto is not a real word anymore.
It's a real word.
It's still a real word, but
It's
we're not
just
talking
slang
about
for their community.
So this is not good times. It's not good times. I got it. Anyway, shout out to Sharice doing our thing.
Commissioner Crawford.
Commissioner Crawford. Yo, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at WLVS Radio. Yo, push that subscribe sign when you hit that on YouTube so you can see all the other shows that this wonderful station has to offer. Even though we got the best show, but I'm not just saying that because
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yo, of course, just joining us is one of our beautiful. Whoa, you are really pretty close up. I mean, I knew you were
Close
pretty
up.
back there, but I wasn't.
Said close up. You know what? You,
From far
you
away,
sound-
I was like,
far
you was
out.
sussy
Yes.
far away.
No, but
Far
sometimes,
away,
you know,
he was
that's
like,
this whole
I don't
Mona
know
Lisa
if she
thing.
really cute or not.
Yeah. Well, wow. You are stunning and close up. You can talk in the mic though. I know you're no. You
This
know,
this is Yania Wilkins.
Yania.
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 Yania Wilkins.
Yeah.
Wow, that's hot.
Pastor Wilkins?
Yes, Pastor Wilkins.
Pastor Wilkins.
Pastor Wilkins. So we can call you PW.
No.
Oh, that don't sound right.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
PW means a little something totally different.
What does it mean?
Pussy whip.
Pussy whip. For sure.
They got it quick.
But
No, the pussy whipper. That's what if we were talking about you, but we're not gonna.
No,
We're not talking about you though.
But you guys have experienced that, though, right?
Oh God.
no, I whipped that pussy.
Oh,
I flipped it around, you know.
that would be the answer.
Right. Yeah.
That would be the answer.
I think my mama just came on live, so I'm gonna be
Okay.
quiet. I'm gonna be good. Yo, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Right. So right now, I know you're not partaking because you're a minister.
Right.
Pastor's not partaking.
No, this is water.
He got water too, but he has to be part of the show, so he has to fake it. So me and Dave are actually about to do a taster test, even though they're not our sponsors or anything, but. Hopefully we can get sponsorship from Absolute after watching this. So
Absolutely not. No.
they might help us, you know what I'm saying? But we're like going to try some flavored vodkas today. Now, granted that I'm on cold medicine as well as allergy medicine, so I might get a nice little high from this. So I'm going to sleep really well. So anyway, this is wild tea flavored Absolute vodka.
Which one is that, though?
That's on this side
Okay.
On the left.
and on the left. And then this one here is a apple ginger flavor. Now, I'm looking forward to tasting
Orient
that.
apple, that's what it is.
I'm looking forward. So let's try the tea first.
The tea.
Pastor, you try the water tea.
Yeah, I'm going to try my
You
water.
going to try your water?
I think I'm going to get refilled with the Holy Ghost.
It tastes really tea.
And when they were around, like, you know, in a spiritual place, they thought they were drunk, though.
Right. Didn't Jesus make water into grapes?
Exactly.
I mean,
To
grapes
wine.
into wine. I mean,
Into
grapes
wine.
into...
He
did
turned
something
water
with-
into
he did
wine.
Something. He did something with the water. I know that much.
He said
did.
keep the party
That's a
going.
combination of that medication and that's
Right.
not working.
And who was the guy that got drunk and took all his clothes? Was that Moses or Adam?
That was
Abraham.
his name was Ronald.
But I think you just mixed up like two different stories, but it's okay.
What, his
I was
daughter came in.
confused.
Didn't Moses' daughter come and cover him up and all that? Or was it Abraham?
Oh, no, you were right. You were right, Noah.
Yes! It's it. Oh, it's Noah.
Noah, right.
Noah.
Not
Noah.
Abraham.
Not Abraham or Moses.
No, or David.
Or
It
David.
was Noah.
It definitely wasn't
But,
David.
but all these people are in the Old Testament, though, right? I'm close.
Yes.
Yes.
Praise God. See, I know what I'm saying. Pastor, you ain't going to be mad at me. I know what I'm saying.
Noah was doing his thing.
So which one? So Noah got drunk.
He took too many. One too
Took
many.
too many.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was
So-
naked.
But isn't that crazy how God used
His pants was off.
his pants was off, too? You know, he got a little Mickey.
So he know.
So that's what I'm saying. So that shows you how God uses the worst people to
I guess,
get
yeah.
his
The
story.
worst?
I can say
Yeah,
that.
he has. Like, which one? Was it David who was a raper and a killer?
It wasn't a rape, but he was a murderer.
A murderer?
And
Didn't he
wasn't-
rape somebody's wife?
He was
And,
a womanizer.
didn't he kill somebody so he can have their wife?
He murdered the man after he slept with his wife and got his wife pregnant.
Yo,
yes.
the Bible is off the chain. Oh my God, this is like
No, it can be.
So
This dude.
so David killed somebody and
After he got his wife pregnant.
after his wife. Ooh.
So he
After
took
got
the
the
man-
other man's wife.
He
pregnant.
took the man's wife, got her pregnant. Then he killed the dude.
Well, I want to do Wendy Williams.
So that
know
was
about
that was a lot of drama. Yeah, that was like some.
He said, "Does Wendy Williams know about
I don't
this?"
know about that. Anyway, and then there's also in the Bible there's a lot of whores like the Marys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we talk about that all the time. Am I right?
Absolutely, there are whores in the Bible.
There are whores in the Bible.
whores were redeemed.
Some of them were.
Absolutely.
That's just the shot talk. Let's try the other shot while we talking about community. This is a great show. Now I think I'm gonna like this one.
This is Orient ginger.
That's good. It don't even need a chaser. That's good. I like it.
I like the tea a little
You
bit
should
better.
really try it, but I wouldn't do it.
It's okay.
So you like the tea better? Oh, the tea is actually helping my cold. I think I can feel it like.
Buddy, it does not work that fast.
Yeah, but you know what? I think after you drink a little bit, and you had a couple of different drinks and some high-end drinks, it's like hard to just drink like vodka, like those low flavor vodkas, because those are like kind of like they just be putting little flavors in them and twisting them, but
But I noticed that when you drink like Ciroc,
better drinks feel different.
Ciroc gives a better flavor with their drinks when their flavored drinks. So, but we can't really talk about them. They're not giving us no money.
Me personally, I'm a tequila man.
I love tequila.
Okay,
I think all of us shifted to tequila somehow. Like I know I did.
I've always been pretty much a tequila man. I like tequila for the simple fact it has great benefits as well. Too.
Yeah, tequila. I mean,
What's the benefits of tequila? Oh, because it's
agave.
like low. Oh, agave.
yeah, and the first thing for me is that it doesn't give you a headache or hangover.
And not only that,
not me.
It will make you shit the next morning.
Okay, it push you through. Okay,
Agape. Anyway, agape love. Is
No,
that right?
it's agave, not
Agave. Oh, my
you try
bad.
everything in church.
What is
Tom Brady.
going on?
Man, you a secret church boy, man.
No.
He is.
I am a church. I go to church every Sunday. I ain't gonna lie. See, on my Facebook, I post a lot of pictures of me out on Saturday night. I do that.
But on
also-
Sunday morning, he
make sure he
look
stay
like
on the
he
party.
sleep on church on Sunday.
No, I'm way up. I'm up. I
No,
sit right in the
but
front
Ron
row.
the kind of member I would like to have because he will go out and party, but he will drag and make it so he in church on Sunday.
Oh, I'm in church
yeah.
every Sunday, unless I'm out of town. If I'm out of town, otherwise, even when I'm out of town, I try to visit a church.
But
I
he
always
also
try
his brother pretty much drag him, make sure he get there as well too.
This is true. It's a family
I have
affair.
a driver. Yeah, I'm just saying he's my driver. But anyway, welcome to the
But at
show.
least you're consistent. That's good.
What, to church?
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to pay my tithes and all that good stuff.
That's good.
You know, I said I try. I'm just-
Tip the pastor some.
I tip the pastor. You say tip the pastor. So that's what happens. Y'all get a tip.
No, I told people.
Oh, she put it out there. She done told.
I
you.
try to tell the church I ain't no stripper. Bring all these dollars up here. You got to bring
but
something
I'm
real.
saying you do have another offering sometimes, right? For you, right?
I love offerings. That was a practice. I don't do that,
Okay.
but that was a practice in churches though. Yeah.
But I just think like let's say you have
Love offering for the pastor.
Well, let's say
Building
you-
fund.
Oh, you have a
General
special,
offering.
a special
The
ministry.
building fund for the
Tithe.
building that just never gets built. in
That
50
elevator,
years.
that elevator, man. You've been waiting on that elevator for
Oh,
years.
you remember we was waiting on that elevator?
Don't talk about Lincoln Park. Shout out to my Lincoln Park.
I didn't say nothing about the church.
Y'all got that elevator yet? They gonna kill me.
I ain't been in that church in God knows how long though.
Yo,
I don't know the last time I've been
Gabe
to that
played
church.
Jesus. Last time he played Jesus in the Easter play.
That was almost like 20 years ago.
He
Wow.
was skinny. He had dreadlocks. He was the whole Jesus. He was.
Hey, okay,
was
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to turn this into a church show.
This not. It's a funny church.
You know
I didn't
this
mean
dude,
to.
he always does. So.
Well, you know,
I know.
I take God everywhere I go. At the club.
I think you just caught on guard by
All right,
your
Kurt.
name.
I am. She's giving
Yeah,
me
Nia.
this so.
I haven't said too much of anything.
She hasn't had a chance to.
Right.
Well, we want to hear what's on your mind.
About what?
You got to join in with our topics though.
So let's
Yeah, I will.
let's go into
Let's
hot
go.
topics.
Yeah,
So
join in on that.
recently, your girl, oh my God, you look kind of like her. That's who you look like, Stacey Dash.
No.
Just a little bit more. You more CC Peniston. But anyway, you get that? Have you gotten that before?
No.
Anyway,
I understand why you said Stacey Dash.
Why?
Because she's in the news right now.
Oh.
right.
For what? What
Well, Stacey Dash was arrested today actually for domestic violence. Now, what man let her beat him
I
up?
thought she beat up a kid.
No. She beat up her new husband.
She beat up a man. Yeah, what man?
Her
let
husband. Dude, she just got married to.
Is he white or black?
He's white.
He's white.
He's a white boy.
Oh yeah.
She beat him up.
Well, I don't know if she beat him
She
up.
assaulted
but
him in a
assaulted
way
him.
that
He-
the police could verify, and they was like, "We gotta lock you up."
He called the po-po. He said,
Wow.
"You going to jail."
There had to be
He
a
know
reason.
he know how to go about things. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He said, I ain't gonna hit your ass back.
And I'm the
I'ma
same
shake the
way.
shit out of you- shake
I'm
the
the
shit out of
same
you.
way. Y'all call me a sucker all you want. I call the police quick. I ain't fighting nobody. I'm sorry. I call the po-po.
He said
quick.
he said I got a government clearance, so I will not be hitting you.
Right. I'm
Right. He's
hitting
not
nobody.
gonna lose everything he has, but she must have had a reason for doing what she did.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Because the same thing, put that same energy. If a man does it, does he have a reason to do it?
Well, I don't think it's right, but I'm just saying that she had a reason.
Does he have a reason
Well,
to?
Why would you
There
say she?
can never be a
Why
reason.
would you just step in that trap and say
It depends
she
on.
has a reason
I believe that
there's
she
no reason.
to
possibly
beat her husband up? She got a reason to be beating your husband
Women
up.
are just not going to hit a man for no reason.
Yes, they
You
are.
Yes,
You
they
think?
do.
I don't think so.
I personally think that there's no ever a reason for violence. Now, I just think that like just because somebody say what they say to you, that don't mean they don't give you a right to hit.
How do we know that he didn't do something to her in terms of domestic violence or
How can you
physical
not
violence?
take the
He could have done something to her.
But if
Maybe
he had
she
done something, all she had to
responded.
do was call the police. They would have arrested
right?
him.
I just think
Well, we just had the conversation that he's
honestly,
Caucasian,
if they
right?
both have been fighting each other.
He's Caucasian and she's black female, so
Well, you know,
she's gonna be
but
the
she been rolling
aggressor.
with she been rolling with the whites though. A
who
lot.
say he
True,
did?
but she's gonna be named the aggressor because she's black
She's a
and
black
he's
woman. That's
But
right.
who,
Caucasian.
who
so
said that he didn't say you nigger and then she just
right.
and she just went crazy?
Hey,
on
that
it.
could-
So I
that-
agree with
does
you.
He might have
warrant-
talked about-
Does that warrant a hit?
That
It does
doesn't
not. I was gonna
warrant
say
a
nothing
hit,
warrant
but we
violence.
really don't know what happened, right?
But,
Okay.
But what warrants
Oh
a hit?
wow,
a spit.
see,
What-
spitting.
That's,
Those are
that's the
fighting
question.
words.
What warrants a hit?
Stacy, friend of the show,
Maybe
we need
he
you to
hit
call
her,
us.
he hit
and
her
tell-
first.
I guess if you spit in my face, that might warrant a hit.
Yeah, like
so you
that's-
would hit a woman if she
That's
spit in you?
disrespectful.
I've never hit a woman before. I have felt like it.
Ooh,
Wow.
Wow.
What made you feel like it?
right.
One time I was really young. I was dating this girl. I was probably 19, 18, right? And we were arguing in the car, and she wasn't the kind of girl that
So
was
you tried to
aggressive.
Chris Brown
Like she
her.
wasn't even right. She wasn't even the aggressive girls like I've dated aggressive girls, right? She wasn't even that kind of girl. And just the going back and forth, the stuff she's saying out of her mouth, though, it was so like slick and whatnot. And I
She was
actually
reckless.
wanted to like pop her. I did want to.
But
I did not.
she was telling the truth. She was hitting some nerves.
I don't know if it was I don't remember what we were arguing over, but just the back and forth was irritating to me as a man.
And you
I was
wanted to
just
pop
like,
her.
yeah. So I felt that way, and but I've never hit a woman, even when I've been around the disrespectful, aggressive women.
Well, I've gotten to one physical with a woman, and when I woke up in the hospital the next day, and she
Right. right.
it went kind.
Shout out
Right.
to Mama
So
T.
I know.
Right.
I'm just
But men
joking.
don't really like to feel, like they're being sized up by a woman either.
Right. Well, I just don't think. I just
That's
think
right.
that anybody, and this including women, don't hit somebody and don't expect to get hit back. A lot of
That's
women,
true.
I agree with
a
that.
lot of women hit men and they think that you're not supposed to hit them back.
I'm gonna
I
call.
agree.
I'm
I'm
gonna
just
call, I'm
saying.
gonna call that the Whoopi Goldberg rule because Whoopi Goldberg really stepped up with that one.
I
Even
mean,
though I don't
but
mess,
but
I don't mess with
think
Whoopi.
I understand that's Whoopi Goldberg, but I think that's around everywhere.
Right.
That you should.
No, she's like
For
like
every action, there's a reaction.
Reaction.
That's what
absolutely.
Whoopi basically saying. This is basic law of nature. You're not just gonna like be out here, doing whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'm
And
just
you
saying,
know
but-
what? You may hit him. He may not hit you back, but that don't mean he ain't gonna push you down or something like that, or something where you can harm yourself in the process.
Or choke you or
Exactly. But I'm
mush
just
you
saying,
or
when maybe you
those
can help
other
us.
things.
Why do women think that? Because if you hit a man, that he's not gonna hit you back, and they get surprised.
No, I think that most women just try men. That
Yeah,
they
exactly.
think that they could try. So they'll test you to see if they can get away with it or not. I mean, of course, every woman is not the same, but for some women, they'll test you and see if they can get away with it.
And that's the main thing. Like you cannot, if you let somebody hit you and you let them get away with it, they're gonna keep
They're
doing
gonna
it.
keep doing it.
So you gotta at least
You
shake
gonna
them till
have-
they woozy
you-
one
yeah,
time or
yeah,
something
just,
like that.
Just give them a good shake.
You give them a good shake. That's what I'm saying. That's why I always
Or
tell.
a good pin down or
I tell my daughter, do not. I'm raising a daughter, and I let her know don't hit people. If you hit him, he might hit you back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Actually, I was with a girl and she was like that, very aggressive, right, doing a lot. And my thought now is that I think she kind of felt like that kind of back and forth, like aggressive, us hitting each other or being physical with each other, was a sign of love or that we really care. I think she really believed that.
Well, see, that's the thing. So that's the thing. So like a lot of people, when they say you don't love me, right? There's different forms of love. Everybody who's loved, because a lot of times, you know what? When I know I was a child who got beat a lot, right? Because I was hard headed, but
right.
I beat my mother. Used to say I beat you because I love you, right?
Hey, no, this
and
is
you
true.
Know what?
This
and
is
that
true.
That
conditioning.
To adulthood.
Right. Conditioning. No, you're very right about that because I think when I think about it, I got all the beatings in my house. Like my sisters mostly didn't. I got.
Well,
most
I was
of
the only
beatings.
child growing up in the house, so I damn sure got all the beatings. Even if I didn't do shit, I got a beating because it looked like I did.
And you know, it's
but you know, aggression actually, you know, it arouses some people.
Ooh,
so
it
for
does.
some
It does.
women,
It
they
does.
like
the
that
other
aggression before it's like a
some women
foreplay
like
to them.
Be beat, choked.
Oh no, that was the other thing
Yeah,
about it
so
with this
it's
girl,
foreplay.
right? I told you she thought that was a form of love, and I think it also turned her on.
It does.
Absolutely.
if you don't hit her,
That's
back,
why they say
she be
that
like,
makeup
she don't
sex,
want you.
man. That makeup sex is just like
That's funny.
just everything.
Which kind of leads to my second hot topic. So recently, it wasn't recent, but it was a statement. I don't know if you guys watched the show called The Real.
I don't watch it, but
No.
Well, on The Real,
That's a talk show, right?
it's a talk show.
that's
It's a
with,
morning talk show with Tamara, the twin.
Okay. All right.
Jeannie.
I'm following you.
And
Lonnie Love.
Lonnie Love and
used to be Tamar.
The girl that
Tamar used to be
Tamar
on
got
But
fired
she's
from
off.
the
Yeah,
show,
okay,
whatever.
right. All right.
But anyway, on this show, they talked about Tamara, the twin, was saying how she doesn't whip her son, her children. And now back in the day, we got whippings, right?
Right.
Our parents. Like
did we get
said,
whippings or did we get beaten?
And Tamara's also
Got
married to the
beatings.
white guy too, right?
Married to the white guy.
Okay.
So she said that like she don't beat her son anymore because one time she did something wrong. So he said, "Well, Mom, it's time for me to give you a beating," which means that she's equipping him to think that
What's fair for one is fair for all, basically.
or everything deserves a violent reaction.
Okay.
That's what I thought. What I was thinking she was taking.
That's a stretch, but I feel
Is it Tamara? One of them is married to a black guy, right?
right. Yeah, one of them
been married for years.
Tia and Tamara. But I think that's a stretch, but I get where she's going with the second. Because, again, you can condition something very young, and it carry over into your adult life, which most people do it with this one. I'm going to give you a great example, is we get into relationships because the main form of love that we experience is from our fathers or our mothers. So men get with women and expect the woman to treat him like his mother would treat him. So that's why he can get forgiven for everything he do, no matter how bad he is. She'll come back and love him and pat him up and love on him, because mom would always do that, right? No matter how bad you are. And then a female does the same thing. She carries over. She wants every man to treat her like her father would. No, your father is going to do.
Which is a good example. It's
It's very
like
true.
my daughter. I only have a daughter, and I admit sometimes I get so mad with her that I would, I kind of whipped her or whatever. But then I had to stop and realize I didn't want her to growing up thinking that it's all right for a man to hit her. So
Right.
And
Absolutely.
so a lot of people say I let her get away with
You
murder.
used to whip. Nah, I ain't gonna say you.
I mean, she's got me there before, and I was like, God. But then now I stopped. Like recently, my daughter is 20 now, so she's
Right.
way too big for me to be popping. But she's still at that young age where she still need my guidance.
And she still does a lot of crazy that irritates you
crap.
there, right?
And she we'll sit in the car and she'll say something crazy or she'll curse. Like I don't care. I'm 40, yeah. And so
You don't curse in front of your
I
mother,
don't
right?
curse in front of my mother.
I've
There's
never,
no
I've
way.
never cursed in front of my parents.
I don't curse in front of my parents.
Yeah, I don't curse in front of my mother, and my father's deceased, but my mother, if we're telling a story and it's something that fits in the story, but no, I never be just like open, just like
Nah.
cursing from my mother.
I couldn't do it. You
And
know?
also my daughter, I'm saying my daughter, I shout out to my baby girl. She's 26 and she's in Houston. But I beat her probably the first 9 years of her life, and that was very sporadically. It was just a tap, because I could look at her and she just busts out
Is
boohoo.
there statute of
Wow,
limitations
yeah.
on this?
You know what I'm saying? No, she boohoo cry. You know,
9 years.
no, I didn't beat. No. I mean, that was the only years I spanked her, because she never really got into trouble and never was back talking. It was never like.
See, my daughter's
Because
totally
most
different.
females,
She was
they
just not
they
like
need that love and validation from their dad, so they'll try their mother before they'll try their father.
Well,
I've
my
never
daughter
been
tries. My
spanked by
daughter
my
tries
dad.
both.
I could believe
of us.
that.
My daughter
I've
tries
never,
both of us.
I've never received a spanking from my father.
You never received it from your dad.
Never. My dad has never hit me.
It's hard because you look at your daughter like.
Yeah. So like my daughters, like all of them, I can't even remember. Maybe on one hand, out of all of them, I probably maybe 5 times
Spank them or something, right?
Yeah.
Like 2 hits or something like.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It was something. and it really has to go overboard. You really have to boil over on
Yeah.
me, and it's like
Be extremely
yeah,
disrespectful in
'cause
some kind
like,
of a way, right?
Even with my son, I really didn't I smacked him a couple times. You know what I'm saying?
And my son definitely got more than my daughter, but he didn't get a lot though. I mean, he was very, very.
I just can't deal with the disrespect, especially after I done spent every dime I had in my pocket on you,
Right.
and then you come disrespectful to me, and that's where my daughter used to make me so mad. I used to be like, I mean, I've
First
given
of
you,
all-
you got a better phone than me. You got, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
First of
You
all,
ain't paying no bills.
you's a
Right.
fool. You
Right.
do not spend your last on your child. Because your
No.
child can
Okay.
actually do it out.
Well, I mean,
You said when you young, you should tough it out. Is that what you're saying?
First of all, you don't. I mean, you got to think about this tomorrow, right? If you spend your last, something happens to you, just in case something does happen to you, and you spend your last on your child for something that they don't need,
Right.
It's
Right.
something that they want.
well, I'm realizing that.
What do you do?
I'm realizing that a lot of times we spoil our kids, and
We
I'm
do,
gonna say that
but-
we shouldn't have, because like my mom spoiled me to a certain, which I say she made sure I had 3 meals a day. She made sure I had decent clothes, to go to school or whatever, and she was always there to help us with our homework. But I couldn't ask my mother to buy me these brand new Jordans with her. I ain't start getting stuff like that until I was able to get my own job.
That was
But
that was
versus
me.
my child, I'm not gonna
Right.
lie, I lived to make sure that she had.
And you spoil her,
Right.
And it
right?
was wrong, and I see what the mistake that I made, because
I mean, I think so too. I mean,
Yeah.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's up in the air. And I'll say this, Ron, just in defense of you, and that is, parenting evolves like the flu. It's rapidly evolving, right? The style in which you do it, right? Like I think kids today that are growing up, these kids today are gonna hold their parents accountable. They're not gonna be like see, we all appreciative because they had a house, food, and clothes on my back and stuff. These kids gonna be like, but did you teach me stuff? Did you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
because information is everywhere. So they would expect that my parent would be a central source of information.
Right.
Did you teach me how to do this, or teach me how to budget, or teach
And see,
skills?
and it's wrong, but then that's the problem. Like, let's say even with the college situation. Like, I don't remember, my mother didn't go to school, or my dad didn't go to school, so I had to fill out my own FAFSA form. I had to do all that stuff myself,
Right.
applying for scholarships. But for my daughter, I'm doing it. I'm like, and I think that was wrong. I said,
That's
did
a
her
generation.
bad.
That's
Right.
a generation
I
thing.
mean,
Right.
but you keep spoon feeding her. When is
Right.
she gonna grow up to learn
Absolutely.
it on
But
her
listen,
own?
that-
But we
that's-
don't
but-
do that,
We don't do
right?
that,
We don't
right.
do that because we didn't have it, so we want to give them
Yeah,
everything
exactly.
Yeah.
that we
Exactly.
didn't have.
First of all, I like with my son. I'm probably a little bit more tougher on him.
Right.
I let him kind of like figure it out.
He's
You
the
know, you
boy.
go-
He's the oldest, right?
No, he's the second oldest.
Second oldest. Okay,
He's
right.
25. But I allow him to kind of like figure it out, but I allow him to make mistakes because I don't want my children to think that they can't fail. I want them to fail, and I want them to fail forward.
And feel it, right?
Yes, but like their mothers kind of like try to catch them as they're falling. I'm like, no, you gotta hit rock bottom,
So
and then come
early
back
when
up.
it won't hurt you as bad,
Yes,
right? So you can
yes.
feel it.
And see,
Yeah, but
and-
see-
I've spoiled all mine.
Spoil all yours. All yours.
Thankfully,
I have 3.
Flat
stomach. Go ahead, man.
Thankfully,
kid.
none of them have any
That ain't nothing but
dependents.
Jesus right there. That's God.
Thankfully, none of them have any dependents. So when they fail, they're failing on their own.
For them.
Yes.
Only.
Yes, because they don't have nothing.
So you don't have no grands that's
But see,
getting hurt in the process.
I want to be that way, but it's hard. Like when I see, like I can see my daughter close to that edge, I gotta yank her back. And people keep saying, "You gotta let her fall."
Okay,
I'm
so
like,
you
gotta
I can't
let her
do
fall.
it.
Let
And
her
I tell you
fall.
that
I
all the
can't
time.
do
You
it.
gotta
I
teach her
can't do it.
independence.
Hey.
She gotta walk on her
It's
own
hard.
2 feet at some
Yes,
point, or
because
she's gonna
what-
always
what
lean
if
on you.
something happened to you tomorrow and you're
Right.
no longer here?
Right.
Well, how do they survive?
But then I ain't got to worry about it. I'll be dead.
No,
You don't have to worry about it, but they have to worry about how they're going to survive.
So okay, so let me ask you a question, just to take, since I don't know how
My
our
business.
topic got
Ain't my
all the way
business all on Jesus.
all the way to
But
this.
we were talking about
But no,
the
but-
parenting thing. It was a parenting statement.
Okay,
anyway.
but so I'm gonna ask you real quick though. So do you all feel like you're growing closer to your kids as they get older? Like, are you getting closer to them?
No.
Like me and my kids
No.
are getting closer now that they're
No.
older.
no.
Well, you know
Mine's
what?
are ready to leave me.
I mean, they're not close up on me though, but because I give them so much space, they really cherish those moments when we talk or they're together and get a chance to eat and stuff like that, they really love that stuff. But because I'm not all up on them.
Well,
Like,
your kids
No,
are
I didn't
older.
give. I didn't give any of mine any space at all. So
you know
now
what I'm
they're ready to leave.
So that's why they don't want to be
Yeah,
bothered.
they-
They're like,
they're ready to
please.
go. Leave me alone.
I've given all of them space, and they pretty much, they'll call me or something when they need something. Really, they only call me.
This is true. This is true.
They
I
only
get the
call me
same-
when they need something, really.
I get
And
the
it's
same
usually,
thing.
It's usually financially.
And they learn how to be respectful. Like, how you doing, Dad?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing fine. What you want?
Yeah,
Like,
what you want? That's my question. What
get
do you
to-
want?
For a long
I
time,
don't got it.
long time for me, it was just me and my daughter. So it was kind of hard for me to let her go. But now I'm learning.
It was.
and she's kind of annoying.
I've seen
me
you
now.
go through that little evolution, like learn how
Right.
to let her go and not because you were going to try to beat her into staying a little girl.
Right, that's true. But a lot, and my
She's
friends would
growing
laugh
up.
at me. My daughter was 16 years old, and I'd be like, I can't leave her home by herself. I have to come back home. You know what I'm saying? It'd be
Wow.
like, it was crazy for me. It was just
My
a lot.
16-year-old, I'll leave her ass home.
That's what I'm saying.
No, exactly.
I used to go out. I'd be like, okay, I gotta be home at least by 11.
Okay,
12,
let me ask you
my
this
child's
question. Last
home by
question on the
herself.
parenting thing, real quick. Do your kids tell you that they love you? Which one does it, or do all of them, do they tell them?
All of them.
They do. Do they say it?
All the time.
They do.
I only
I
have
get it
one.
sporadically.
I get it sporadic.
My daughter more than my son, of course.
My daughter tells me all
They're
the time.
always going to tell you
And my
that when
niece
they
and
want
nephews
something.
tell
Though.
me
Yeah,
that
they
all the
definitely
time,
tell you
too.
that.
They tell you that when they want something or when you do it. You know,
Right.
oh,
But I
love
do
you.
tell them, and I don't tell them every day.
I
but
cannot
don't
see
speak to
you.
them.
I cannot see you telling your kids.
Yeah, he tell his kids he
I-
love
I
them.
do.
Now, do they tell you
Dancing.
more verbally or do they text it?
It's me and my daughter when we get off the phone or whatever we talk. She always almost says it when we talk on the phone because she's out of town, so it's a little distance between us. So I get that. My son and me, it's really moments. It's like quarterly, right?
Right.
And quarterly, and if we have like a good father and son conversation.
And when he says pause, or no
it's
homo.
pause. Yeah,
Or you don't
pause,
say no
man.
homo, Dad. or something
Yeah,
like
exactly. You gotta be
that.
like,
Okay, I got you.
yeah.
So, as adult parents,
Gotta say.
do you guys are you really affectionate with your mom and your dad? Whatever.
I am.
Now, I admit, my mom. I talk to my mom every day, maybe 5-10 times a day.
Really?
We talk all day long. Like she calls me, I call her,
Really?
and if I don't, it's an issue with her.
Oh yeah, I remember this dude
So-
went missing for like 24 hours.
Oh.
Everybody was calling.
But
me.
I was staying with
Do
my
you
mother
know
that
where
time.
he was at?
Where?
I
Yeah.
spent the night out, and it was somebody slipped a Mickey in my drink, and I didn't know where I was at. But I'm
You
just
stay
saying,
getting
Wow.
drugged, man. Like,
So my mother,
They was calling me to check it up. I was like, man, I don't know where this dude is. He's a
and I'm like, Mom,
grown-ass man.
Mom, I'm
He's 50
40 years old. You don't have to do that. My mom is a sweetheart, but I'm just
Wow.
saying. But
I kiss my mother every time I see her.
That's
I do
good.
that too.
To make sure, because you never know when the last time's gonna be. And then my father's gone, so when I see her, I kiss her. It's a way of me honoring her. You know what I'm saying? And letting
Well,
her know.
I feel bad because my mom
Right.
tell me all the time we don't spend enough time with her, and I said, and I'm gonna make it act to actually do better with that.
My mother's
So-
deceased as well,
Oh.
but we were best friends before she passed away.
Wow,
So we
okay.
spoke like 5 times a day too. Lunch breaks, going to work,
Oh, it
coming
did
home.
there, right?
You know,
here.
I be
Yeah,
wondering, but
yeah.
I thought it was a.
But
now,
my father's in North Carolina. We talk a lot too, but not as much as me and my mother.
Look, he talks to his mother like 5-10 times a day.
Yeah.
But ask him about his twin brother. How many times? They
We're
might
not
talk about
talking about
5-10
twin
times a year.
Now, my dad, I've been blessed. I have 4 parents. I always say that. I have my mom been married for about 30 years. My dad been married for about 35 years, and so I have 4 parents. So, but I would admit my mom raised me, so I'm really close to my mom. I love my dad too. I'm close to my dad as well, but I'm not as affectionate to my dad as I am to my mom.
Right.
So, well, you say your dad is deceased. So.
My dad passed away, but before he passed away, we actually had gotten a lot closer to right before he passed away, like because I was finally a man at that point, and the way we were talking, he started opening up and talking to me in a way he hadn't talked. Like I talk to my son now differently. Like he's 24 right now, and probably over the last 3 years, our conversation has shifted into a man to man because he's finding his own way. He buying his own car. He making his own way. He paying his own taxes. He working. He with people who expect him to be places and accomplish jobs. So he's a man, you know. So we talk much differently now the last 3 years. Now my father, it took me longer to get to that stage with my dad because he's old school, right?
Old school, yeah.
But right before he died, like the last year and a half, we started talking really man to man. He started telling me more things, you know, admitting things where vulnerable things that you wouldn't say to any other man, but somebody like your son, you know, or somebody really, really close like that. So,
Well, my dad off the chain. We party together.
your dad.
My dad cool. He off the chain. His house is the party
So
house.
Ron, you had
Yeah,
one of those
definitely.
great things, which is like It's a great thing, man. Like, because some people become very comfortable in blended families, right? Like, so when your dad remarries and your mom remarries, and you end up getting like
Four
two
parents.
and you had a really good relationship with all of them. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I have a good
definitely.
relationship with both my step parents. At least I think, me
Right.
and my stepdad every now and then, we got.
They bump heads, but
I know my stepdad cares about me.
he
So
do it out of love.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
So
That's a good thing, yeah.
and my stepmother, she's just there. That's my drinking partner. That's my dance partner right there. That's my buddy. But anyway, but you said your dad is still living,
My dad is still living.
and so how is your relationship with him?
We have a great relationship.
You do?
He's older though. My dad is much older, so we don't talk as much.
Well, I hope he's not younger than you.
I mean, he's much older. So he's an older man. So they get older. They don't talk that much.
They don't talk that much.
Especially on the phone.
Oh.
And country, men are different. So,
Absolutely, ain't a whole bunch of words to say like that.
Unless you're down there helping
What's your
them
next
doing
topic?
some farming or some fishing or something like that.
Right.
you know.
What's the next one?
The next, of course, I don't want to say this is bad, but of course the
Stop
police officer.
stop being all alcohol and pure white
I
linen
know,
and everything.
That's
like,
what I'm about to say.
just talk.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah,
I can bring
definitely.
that. But I was going to talk about the police officer who shot the black guy in Chicago
Amber
No,
Geiger.
it was in Texas.
in Texas.
Amber Geiger.
Amber got it. She got
Dallas, Texas.
sentenced today.
No, she didn't.
No, she did not get sentenced. She got found guilty today. Guilty of
I mean,
murder.
not
We should have
sentenced,
covered
I'm
for
sorry.
him, right?
She got
found guilty.
Found guilty for murder today.
She got convicted, right?
Doesn't that mean sentence?
No, she's coming back for her sentencing to get how many years?
What is it?
Is it
The
different?
technical.
Yeah, she's facing up to 99 years.
She deserve it.
Not 99. I think you simply give people years that nobody really lives to
Yeah,
be.
yeah. What I'm saying is this.
You can't
Now,
give me-
how is she facing 99 years when someone else can go have a murder and they only get 25 years or so, or 20 years?
I
or
mean,
10
but she's
years.
not getting that. She's
She's not
facing
gonna
it.
get it though.
I think they're going to end up giving her a life sentence, which would be 20 years.
We don't know when.
And because she's a police officer and good behavior, they might let her off in 18.
So
16 years.
there was a video that went out, and it was a black police officer. Of course, the police officer, was crying in the at the courtroom. So a police officer was there consoling her and was like combing her hair and stuff. So black
Yeah,
Twitter
it was
went crazy.
Yeah,
on
they
her.
went
bailiff.
crazy.
It was a bailiff. in
A
the
better,
courthouse.
which I don't think, to me, whether somebody's bad or not, I'm a compassionate person. I'm still gonna
No, Ron, that was to me that was way out of line.
It was.
But the only way I could justify it was maybe because she was an officer,
Well, only way I could justify
and they have some
is-
kind of camaraderie between these
They do.
officers.
They have a code. They believe that their family, despite what color they are. Or
So
not,
I think
The only way I
Police
justify
consider
it
themselves
is
family.
her hair was in her way and she was handcuffed. She couldn't move it out.
but she was doing it so gently.
Yeah.
and-
But what's
I
wrong
seen
with
the
that? I
video.
didn't see a problem with that. Why did
No, it
Black
wasn't
Twitter
wrong
go
with
back?
her being compassionate or her being nice. It was just like, why are you? First of all, that's not even a common practice that you help prisoners situate their hair.
That's
it's just
true.
it's just not common practice. So it's like, why are you stepping out of line, like doing something you wouldn't normally do anyways? And then the optics are horrible because you're like a black female officer, and she killed a black man who was in his house innocent, even though maybe there's a percentage chance that she might have just made a mistake. But I'm sorry.
She got a Mickey.
It's plenty of us that have made mistakes and go to jail for the rest of our lives.
Absolutely, but even not just that. I'm saying, listen, I know what it's like, right? I get off my elevator all the time. I call it an Amber Geiger, right? Because I be really thinking every elevator is just taking me where I want to go. Like I ain't thinking about nobody else, right? So as soon as the door opens, even
You
if I'm
just
not
get
at my
right
floor,
off.
I just want to get off, right?
Right.
But one thing I notice is every single time when I step off, if it's not my floor,
I get right back on.
I know it
Yeah.
immediately.
So she thought that
Something
house
is
was
wrong. I don't care how identical the floors are. If something tells you that something will tell you that this is not your floor.
What would you wanted her to do? What would have been the correct response?
The officer or
The
Amber?
officer.
When she went in the house.
No,
Oh.
the officer that was combing
Oh,
her
comb her
hair.
hair. Oh, I would prefer her not to stroke
Just
her
don't
hair.
touch
Do
her.
anything.
You don't do anything to
But
her.
I mean, I just think
I ain't
that-
saying be nasty to her.
I
I'm
just
just saying.
think Black Twitter was mean. Everybody, I mean, it's you. Like I would do the same thing. Like I have compassion for people, so I would have did that. So anyway, moving on to hot topics. Moving on because it's almost 11 o'clock. There also Jussie Smollett. Is that his name?
His name is Jesse. There is no more you in that nigga name.
No, I think he.
Jussie Smollett. He's back on Black Twitter because he was.
I think he's Juicy Small. Yeah.
Juicy Smollett. Well, anyway, so he has been compared to the young lady who lied and said that the white guy cut her dread out.
So what most people may not know,
crazy.
it was in Virginia. There was a young lady. She had said that 3 students had held her down and cut her dreadlocks, and we found out
It was not true.
it was not true.
So Jussie Smollett people were posting that they calling her the Jussie or whatever his name is. Jussie Smollett syndrome or whatever. And so he went back. I don't know why would he say something. We replied.
He shouldn't have said anything.
He shouldn't have said anything. He said,
Oh,
I did not
God.
lie and blah, blah, blah. And
He tried to come out. Oh, you
So-
should have just stayed quiet.
you should have
man.
stayed
He
quiet.
Donald Trumped him.
He
Right.
Donald Trump. He should have stayed quiet.
Just shut up.
Jeez.
But the young lady, I don't know how.
Did the young lady actually confess that she lied?
She confessed that she lied.
Their family wrote a statement and said that it was not true.
Man, that's so bad.
And she's
man.
about to start a race war out there. It
Yeah.
was really bad. So
Yeah, I think she went to some Christian school or something like that.
Why would?
Well, why would she lie?
No one knows, and they just family asked for their privacy. But I'm saying the thing about it is the family. The thing about it is you went to the news media outlets in the beginning, right? And you didn't ask for privacy in the beginning, but you didn't do your due diligence in to find out if it was true or not, and taking it to the school and seeing everything was okay, and having it done from the beginning to see what was going on. But you went to the media at first. Now you got egg on your face, and now you want your privacy. Is that fair to everybody else who
That's
kind
true.
of was on your side, who was in your corner?
wow. Anyway,
Wow.
my salute movement goes to the who? None of them should get it. Who should get it?
Huh?
Who should get it in that group?
Stacey Dad's husband
Stacey Dash husband got his ass.
That's-
for reporting her ass.
exactly.
Called the popo. I'm gonna write a letter like most white people.
That was a good man move, yo.
He did that. He did that. He did
He went
that.
up smacking her in the face.
Right. He should have.
Because if you beat her down,
And
it'd have been
he
the
would've
white man
smacked
beating
her
the
in
black
face.
woman.
Every
Right.
black man
It-
black person would have been
Yeah,
like,
Exactly.
They would have went crazy.
yeah.
But I don't know.
Right.
Stacey Dash has done a lot of crazy, reckless stuff
Nah,
in the black
but
community.
still,
I know.
Black people, we too forgiving.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about though, real quick,
What's that?
is the nail shop in Chicago.
What happened in Nail Shop?
We'll talk about it when we come back.
Yo, we'll go to a quick break. Come right back. Sharice is in the building. Maybe she'll join
Commissioner
us.
Crawford, what's up?
Yo, and we're gonna talk about some more hot topics. Give us a call at 02-656-1BAR. Salute.
Salute.
I did not know you was.
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. Tune into the open bar.
Salud.
Salute. Dave is rocking the shirt. Dave, you show him the shirt? You order them shirts online at obartuesday@gmail.com. Part of the proceeds benefit the Congress Heights projects.
Let's do it.
Right. See, she said it right. I know I was right.
No,
Let's do
no.
it.
He was saying Congress Heights ghettos.
What is it?
Listen.
What is
we
it?
have- The demand is extremely high in Black and urban communities, and so the project starts in one area, but it looks to expand throughout the city. And right now, we're touring actually a photo from the Congress Park community.
Congress Park. We got St.
From the-
Heights.
Congress Heights is a community, but Congress Park specifically
Oh.
is where I grew up. And one of the photos is actually on the playground at Malcolm X Elementary School, where obviously I attended, and that is at the DC Art Center right now. It's a whole exhibit about reparations now that a friend of mine is featured in. And this coming Sunday, I'm going to be one of the panelists there, moderating or co-moderating the reparations realized form.
Right.
I
So
see
y'all
you
know,
rubbing-
y'all hear the voice. That is Sharice, the commissioner. She joined the
What's up,
panel today.
everybody?
Welcome aboard.
I
You've
see
been gone.
You rubbing elbows with Ted Leonis.
Leonsis?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Let me share about that. I'm gonna put this right here on your thing right here, because I haven't talked about what happened with Ted Leonis, have I? I didn't really do it.
Did y'all get into a fight? I heard.
No.
No.
There was no fight.
Shot.
Is that the law? Is the keyword? So shout out to Ted Leonis' Monumental Sport, Eagle Academy, Healing Broken Wings, the council member's office. Just a whole slew of people came together to build a playground.
Oh.
So we built a playground for children at the school with just hundreds of volunteers from everywhere to make it happen. And, it was just an honor to get dirty and be a part of that experience.
But I'm glad you had a good time.
So Ted is he also helped build I work with him on building the first arena in Southeast DC at the on the St. Elizabeth campus. And so
St. Elizabeth.
St. Elizabeth
Yeah.
is now
Yeah, well-
evolving and
Yeah, they do like concerts
being
there and
developed.
everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta think about it. That's where the Washington Mystics play. Shout out
the
to them.
Mystics
You got
headquarters.
Washington Midgets now?
Shout out to the
Mystics.
Mystics.
Oh,
They're out
Mystics.
there
My bad.
doing
They're
their
out there
thing.
in the WNBA
The
finals.
Mystics are in the finals, guys.
They did
Shout
lose
out to
tonight
them.
though, but
Yeah,
they're
well, we're
series
still-
tying 1-1.
Wow.
1-1. We're in
Those
the
some
finals,
trees
though.
that's worth climbing, I tell you. We're doing.
Wait a minute. Hold up. But yeah, shout out to Ted, Monumental Sports,
Wow.
NBA, the Washington WNBA, all of you guys out there. Sheila Johnson, that's Bob Johnson's ex-wife, but independently of her being his ex-wife, she is
That'll be a come up,
she's a
Now, that's a
force to
sugar
be
mama.
reckoned
Hey.
with. She's a powerhouse. Shout out to the Salamanders
find
Resorts down there. We had a chance to.
Salamanders.
That's her actual resort, the Salamanders Resort.
Wow.
In Virginia, so we had a chance to go down there and experience that culture and community, and really just grateful to have them as partners and community.
That's what's up.
Oh,
So before we left, Pastor was going to talk about what happened in
Chicago.
Chicago.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you know that there's a nail salon in Southside Chicago, and in this nail salon some months ago, probably 4 or 5 months ago, the owner of the salon or one of the managers in there, these are Chinese Korean folk who own this shop. They do nail salons in a black city, black neighborhood, and most of their clientele is black people, right? So he got in a fight with one of a young lady who was
I
getting her
did
nails
see
done.
that video. So that was in Chicago. I saw that video.
Yes.
What
And he
happened
was
now?
smacking. Is that the one where the guy was hitting the
So-
woman on the back?
Yeah, well, it started with I think she either wanted her money back or she wanted a refund or something
She
like
didn't
that.
want to pay.
Yeah, she didn't want to pay because something was messed up or something like that, and she got into it. So this is the owner and the customer getting into it, but it got physical. He put his hands on the woman, So
And one of the guys said he was going to pay the bill.
well, once that got out that happened, they took the black leaders in the city told them not the women to boycott and not go to the salon, but it largely went away like most times it does, right? So months go by, women are back going in there, all black women going back inside there. So he ends up getting into it with another black woman.
Oh Lord.
And not trying to let her leave out of his shop and all this. So it's a big thing. They catch it on video, and some girl is recording it. And then one of the other guys come grab her phone, and she says, "Get off my phone! Like I'll go get my son or whatever, you know,
Right.
and beat the brakes off you." But that goes viral. So then a brother, I don't know this, I forget the brother's name. He shows up and says, "I told y'all gonna stop disrespecting our black women." So he walked into the salon
windows.
and told all y'all need to
the
leave
police
and
are
get
there.
out. So this is the same salon. A second black woman gets kind of physically dealt with these people, and he takes bricks and he breaks the windows. So most women came out, but a lot of women didn't come out. They were getting their nails done. He broke all the windows out the doors, the windows and everything. He stayed and got arrested. They raised $26,000. They bailed him out of jail, so he's going to be able to fight it in court or whatever for breaking the windows. But literally, with the windows boarded up, like a week later, the activists were out there just marching in front of it because they want the salon shut down. They want to put the man out of business. The black women were still going up in there.
Wow.
But it's hard to find a good linguine. I
Well,
understand.
no, so I saw, there must have been two separate occasions. So the one you're referring to, I saw that one, and then there was another
There was an original
video.
one, and then there was a second one.
Well, I don't know which, I cannot make them the same location, but I did see two separate videos recently, and one of them was a video where the gentleman, they're coming out of the shop. I don't know what kind of shop it is, but he then uses his hand to reach out and smack his hand across the woman's back several times.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
the
don't
one
know
I
if that's
saw.
I don't know if that's the same location.
I believe that was the original one.
And then
That's the
it
original
was,
video.
Yeah, I think so.
So you don't. That's not a recent occurrence, and that's another challenge.
It was
that
only
we
like
did.
4 months ago, like the first woman when he did this. I think
So-
4 or
so-
5 months ago, yeah.
But no, I'm talking about. I saw something a while ago. I did see one, but and again, it's happening so frequently now, and the challenge is trying to identify where this is happening. And then,
Oh, they got the store. I mean, it's on there. I mean, it's activists who are on camera every day walking in front of it, and they're putting it up. They're trying to put this place out
so
of business in
both
my-
Chicago.
my
scenarios
thing
happen
is-
in
yeah.
Chicago.
Only way that's gonna go out of business if
Yes,
they
they're
stop
going.
patronizing.
They stop
the business.
patronizing.
Same salon.
And so what's about that salon that made the women? You said even with the boarded up windows.
We gotta ask the ladies, what is it?
I just think sometimes it's access. And I think that, if you're not one to stand for your community, then what's going to happen is you're going to keep going back to those places that, is easy and accessible to you, as opposed to you finding someone, of color or within your own community that can service you. And sometimes we don't do that because there's not a lot of places to go that are black owned.
And where did,
And that-
can we go a little bit deeper just to find out where did the thing of the nails come from? Like, have we taken the time as women to look at how did we become a part of the culture that needed Asian nail design? I mean, did anybody ever take a minute to sit back and say, how did we get here?
We wanted something quick, fast, and
Well,
easy.
well,
Was it
no.
quick, fast, and easy?
And not only,
I'll get you,
but
but
why do women have to? If 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna say for all because we have Ron who's an exception to this rule, but
Okay, who is that?
most men don't care how women hair and nails look.
Oh
you
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, I care.
Well,
I mean, long as it's
guys chime in on this
decent.
you know, if you decent and it's balanced, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying? I know
but
Chip.
he wants them glamorized, but he's
I'll-
he's
So,
Yeah.
he's
so
the
what?
10th man.
So
He's
Ron,
the 10th man.
a regular nail, manicure,
Natural nail,
is
yeah.
not, is not
No,
sufficient
right.
for you, Ron.
I mean, natural. I mean, I'm natural. Look at mine. I don't want
That-
a woman to
that's
look
not
like
natural, buddy.
This is natural, but I'm just
That
saying,
has fingernail polish
That's
on it.
manicure.
This manicure.
That's-
You know what I'm
He
saying?
got
But
a
I'm just
manicure.
saying, I don't want a woman hand to look like mine.
What's wrong with your hands?
I'm
Nothing wrong with
saying,
this- a
So,
woman
Pastor,
hand
what
should
are
look
your
like
thoughts
that.
on that? I mean, but no, really, because the question is, guys, I want our audience, whoever's listening in, to hear this and kind of chime in on this, especially women, to figure out where do we get to a point where grooming meant that we needed Asian nails in urban settings.
But is
I mean,
it,
I
but
think-
is
I
it
think
Asian
came-
nails in urban settings?
No, I
though?
think it just came out of convenience more so.
Convenience of what, though?
The price.
But
Because see,
beyond the price, when did we
no,
say
she's wondering why
we
they
needed to
even trying.
put-
What's making it?
But I'm just saying, even if
something
you
that-
look at back, even if you look at back in the Greek times,
wanna
the
know when this-
African Greeks, they painted themselves. Women painted.
self-paint? They were done
Yeah,
rituals.
that was-
They were
that-
done
Well, I'm
through
just saying.
rituals.
So
they didn't go to no Asians
So
to
polish
get
your
it
nails
done.
at home.
No,
But
I think it it goes back to what you were speaking of earlier, and it's just progression. You know, we went through this change, and society started giving us images of what we should look like. And for people that were not confident in their own identity, they just kind of gravitated.
Or what we over marketed to.
And then the other thing
Beyond
was
not
coming
confident.
into our community and saying, now we can give you something to make yourself look different or better.
I would like
It's
to
no
look
different
up
than
Yeah.
selling
when-
$5
when was
chicken
the
boxes
first
when
nail salon?
your grandmother, fries chicken better than them.
Hey,
but
look,
they come
but-
into the community
yeah, but-
and they market that because they know we want something quick, fast, and cheap.
Because if
But,
you
but
notice that,
grandma can't cook as fast as they can.
But have
with
y'all,
the
have
fire.
y'all noticed
Right.
that though? It was just me. Most of the carryouts, the Chinese carryouts,
When did we- when
their
did it
name,
happen?
their name like Johnny or Danny,
Danny.
or
Right.
Eddie, or
Yes,
Who
and,
are
and
these
they know
people?
they ain't got no name like
Like,
that.
ain't nobody Danny and Eddie and Johnny's.
Hey,
And I'm like,
Johnny.
wow.
And they always sell chicken.
I
They
think
always
this is a
selling
great
and
conversation.
the chicken be the best.
And my advice
Right.
to women, because
What they
I'm
got?
going through this process right now where I have not gone to get a manicure from an Asian or Korean or salon, because I would typically go there and I just haven't gotten any nails done, period. And a part of me, I'm celebrating this. It's almost this
Your hands look nice.
free-ish feeling of some sort of liberation of bondage, that I need these things to be who I am, or
To feel beautiful or right.
or was it beautiful, or was it elegant,
I mean,
or was it
it's all those
groomed?
things probably going on subconsciously. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because there's funny, the woman who was taking the video camera, like she wasn't the one that was getting beat. She was just videotaping it. She's like, these people are so racist. Here they go doing the same thing all
But-
again. And then she was like this, and it don't make no sense. They so racist in here, but I only reason I'm in here because I got to get my
I
nails
did
done. before
hear that
she said I got to
video
get
as well.
she's like I got to get to a wedding
So
or
we
something.
have to
Shout
check
out to my
ourselves.
boy Jason Boyd. He said he'll pay a quick $70 to get his ladies hair and nails done if they going somewhere.
Oh, that's not gonna cover the hair and the nails. That might be just for the
But-
nails.
He
But
said
listen,
$70,
good looking
yeah.
out. Good
But
looking
my
out.
thing is that
You
like
can put something on one or two.
They-
You can put something on
Hey,
it.
they're
Good looking
saying,
out.
Jason, they said that's only
No,
going to cover the
Jason.
nails. They ain't going to cover the hair.
But I'm just
so
like-
you're going to have to
I'm
add at
just
least
trying to figure out,
a
though,
1
but-
or a 2 in front of that.
They're
7.
spending
Might be a
$200 on weave.
what is wrong with a woman? I personally don't see a problem with a woman getting a weave and
I don't think it's nothing wrong.
Getting
No,
their nails
it's not about
done,
what's wrong with
getting
it.
their
It's
breasts
not-
done,
it's
their
not-
ass
It's about
done.
the
There's nothing wrong
it's about the
with it.
cultural
I like natural.
appropriation of it, right? So
Me too.
the combination of things, right? So I don't think there's anything wrong with any of the above to self-identify, right? But I think the challenge is we need to understand the origin and the impact, and really decide if this was decided for us, or are we really deciding? Because, studying media marketing and communication strategies, you'll learn how we are, especially in Black communities, over-marketed to, overemphasized of what beauty
Well,
is.
that's not in their minds. It's not over marketing. It's conditioning.
Condition. There
That's-
you go.
that's-
Even
that's
better.
exactly what it is. It's
conditioning,
Conditioning
yeah,
comes
so,
from
yeah.
the over marketing. Conditioning comes from the saturated information.
But
to
it
say
also
that
comes.
someone's
But it also
defining what's
comes.
beautiful for us.
Yeah, but it also, like, I would always, when I preach this sermon, right? The very popular scripture says, "Train up a child in the way that they should
And the
go."
way
right?
that they should go.
I would preach that scripture, but I would preach that scripture and flip it. It would not be about children being disciplined. It'd be about the parent. What are you passing? Right?
What are you passing
What
down
do you
to your
yeah,
children?
because I think it's the elders. It's because the young girls are mimicking.
What their
Let me
parents
give
do.
you
Even
this
the little girls,
perspective.
the babies, they are
Let me
like
give you
7,
this
8 years old, are
perspective, Pastor.
mimicking what they see the older girls
Let me
doing.
give you this perspective. Let me just share with you this, right? So my parents, Ron knows my parents. They have been taking care of people
They're only my aunt,
their entire. My mom, in particular, has been taking care of people her entire life to
Yeah.
the point where she's just now learning how to care for herself.
Right.
And I'm witnessing and experiencing her kind of have to force herself to go through, like, okay, everybody's grown now, so, and nobody kind of needs me anymore in that way. So now I got to go figure out how to, like, take care of myself.
Right.
And it is uncomfortable for my mom. And I also learned that that's where I got these behaviors from, of inherently wanting to take care of other people
And to be a savior of everybody,
and I'm
right?
kind of breaking that curse, that curse, but the gift and
Slowly
the
but
curse.
surely, right?
I'm breaking this a little earlier than my mom, but to say that the elders have the responsibility, it's a little bit, understanding that dynamic is a little bit of a different kind of challenge when you're unaware of how you're showing up. You're unaware.
Well,
that
but
your
this is what I'm saying though.
are-
Like, I mean, even you, like, I feel like you're not wise old. We're not old, right? But we are elders now, right?
We are. I guess we are elders to somebody.
Because there's at least 2
You're
generations.
not.
It's like at least 2 generations out here now that are looking
are.
and watching everything
Like,
we're doing.
And that hit me when I had my nephews this weekend, guys. I'm telling you, I said I had to.
And some of them are even taller than you.
Some of them, I'm shrinking
See,
them
but
compared
you know
to
what?
them.
I remember.
But that made me think about. I need to spend some more. I need to make sure I'm
funny.
intentional.
And see,
within
and
their
I hear,
lives.
and I hear
one
what you
thing-
say
one thing
about your
it,
parents.
I'm happy that you're not no Captain Saving nigga.
No, she's not.
She's breaking that.
is
She's
that?
breaking
But I
that.
hear what you're saying about your mom. Now, I remember growing up. Like I grew up
What in the
I grew
world?
up in the projects of Washington D.C. I would say. I'm not gonna say which one,
Okay.
but and I always say this. I never knew that we were broke. I always thought we were really well off. I never knew.
I was
it.
the same way.
My mother grew up. She walked around in her
Yeah.
feathered robe and her feathered
She did.
in the hood.
that
You know what I'm
feather
saying?
robe.
She was
So-
my mother. So I didn't. You know,
She was
I,
acting like a queen, huh? Even
The
she
queen of her
made the
castle.
projects like it was like, and everybody. My mother fed everybody in the neighborhood.
But yes.
She did all the communities. She put talent shows together. She would put these little concerts. Like my 6th grade, I grew up in elementary school. My mother
and she put the twins up on the stage.
put us on, forced us to get up there and lip sing. And
Y'all did guy, right?
we did back then. We used to do Morris Day in the Time. Then we transcended to God. But
Okay.
anyway, and then I remember even my 6th grade. My mother did the prom in our project
Thank
house.
you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She did.
She
you know,
made him a Gordon
All right.
Cottrell.
Yeah. But look. I know our conversation drifted and everything.
drifting, yeah,
it
it's
drifted, but the core of that story is, even if Black women still want to get their nails done, you can just go to another. You can find another.
So
salon.
shout out if you know a Black nail salon. Let's do this let's shout out some
For the
Black
month
nail
of
salon. Black
month of October.
I only
Blacktober.
deal with black.
Blacktober.
But I'm just saying.
Hashtag
But the
Blacktober.
sad thing is, you go to this black salon. Like mine's cost $7. We go to a black one, it's gonna cost $15.
Well, because
You know?
product
So what-
markup
cost
but
no
you- but
money.
you know
but
what?
the cost
You
is
have.
different
I'm
for us.
gonna tell you the
And
difference
that's
in
another
that.
thing of disparities. When I talk about reparations, realize the cost for minorities in business is it's a higher
Yeah,
cost
it
than
Wow,
those of
I
our
never thought of
Asian
that.
No, no, but you gotta also
Absolutely.
understand
because
something.
guess what? We have to get credit, whereas most banks aren't giving Black people the credit
Absolutely.
to make
Wow,
the front
now that's deep.
investments
That's a good
and
thought.
what they need to have. So this is a very serious, deeply rooted conversation.
Well,
that's
Well,
been
I
inherited.
have another point to make though. Like you said, you pay $7 at an Asian facility, right? But at a Black facility, you pay what, $15 or whatever?
Last time I went, it was like $14.
Like
And you know
$14.
what?
But you know what? You have a
I
better
do have
chance
a
of that
Black nail
$14 coming back to your community than you do that $7.
I do have a Black nail tech.
You got to understand that when you give the Asians that $7,
they keep it in the community.
They keep it in their
at
community.
at least 17 times it's
But they
circulated
also
for.
And we're not-
understood
we're
wealth
not getting it back in
management.
our
But ask
community.
yourself, from kindergarten to 12th grade, how many classes did you ever take that talked about finances? Ask yourself
No,
this
that's true.
question.
None.
So,
I did.
So if you were fortunate to, that doesn't mean that everybody has.
No,
But
no,
there's
definitely.
a very large majority who has not been afforded the opportunity.
We
of
almost didn't have a
financial
math
literacy.
class. I mean,
Right. Oh, look,
Right.
you almost didn't have math.
yeah, like
And I
But
mean,
there's another disparity.
and I mean, I'm bad
of
with
why
money
education
now.
reform
I'm
is
bad with
needed.
money now because of that situation. Like,
Absolutely.
and
You
I
know,
mean,
and how
like
many
my
of us
my
can say
parents
that?
never. I mean, you look at
our parents, what they
didn't
passed
really-
down, they didn't really
They
pass
didn't
that
really
down.
show us the
They did
Think
not.
about the
the right
struggle they had
checks.
to
We
get
learned on
to.
our own.
Like,
They were
education
juggling
was-
and struggling and robbing Peter to pay Paul, but still it wasn't
But
good.
they never let us see that. You know
Exactly,
What I'm saying?
but-
like I didn't know that my
It's
mother
all
was struggling.
But you
guys.
didn't know, you couldn't decide which way to go. So
Right.
you could either follow their footsteps or you know, go the opposite direction. But if you don't see it happening, then you don't know. So you feel like, okay, I got to figure it out. You're winging it.
I'm working with the charter right now to help develop education reform policies, whereas they're developing a curriculum from the ground up. And this particular instance talked about, we had a guest speaker, Bree Newsom. Shout out to Bree Newsom. She is the daughter of my former of my alma mater's former president, Clarence Newsom, but she broke down education in that space to a point of understanding it as a tool of destruction, understanding it as a tool of empowerment, and think about how long it was and how well they kept Black people uninformed for so long.
Wow.
And then you look at that being passed down through the generations of trickle down information, of sharing words and resources.
Hey, I want to let young Nia say something because I know we've been talking a lot. It's hard for her to jump in.
I'm
Like,
fine.
you
I'm
sure?
definitely paying attention to you all, but I do agree with her is that we were not educated financially, economically, and so our communities do struggle
Suffer.
a lot because
Preach,
we
Pastor,
just
preach.
simply do not
Definitely
have
suffer.
the
We're suffering.
information, and so we're winging it.
Wow, we win.
And that is
We're
a part
winging
of my education reform just position is to put financial literacy, either it's going to be in the classroom or we're going to put it on the street corners and start popping up on blocks and letting people know. And that's our next direction is
Well, my solid woman go to you, Sharice. You doing your thing in our community.
salute,
We
guys. I love you guys.
Love
You know what? I got one thing to say though.
Before we go to break.
Yeah, before we go to break, I give a shout out to millennials, right? That I think they have a better grip on finances.
They do.
They do.
Well,
Tell
because
me.
we got the internet
Yeah.
too.
And even look at my daughter.
A lot
She's
of
not a
internet
millennial, but
hours,
she has a better grip on
10,000
finances.
hours.
She's a millennial.
She's a millennial?
Yeah. She's 20, so she's a millennial.
No, because she's not.
My daughter is
Millennials
she's
are older
very
than
good
them.
with her money.
Her and Avery and them are generation
She's good
like
with my money.
X.
But
Generation
the
X.
internet is a powerful tool,
Or
but it's
Generation
also
Y, one of them.
can be overwhelming with the amount of energy that information that's out there. So then there's the information highway opened up this amazing opportunity to gain access, but then it also overwhelmed us. Whereas you can be paralyzed, analysis of paralysis with
That's
so
true.
much information at once, and really kind of gravitate towards the stronger content, and sometimes it's not always the most efficient or effective information.
That's why.
Because all information on the internet isn't good
Isn't
information.
good. No.
It's not,
And-
No.
it's not
Please keep
accurate
checking.
either.
And too much information can also hurt you.
Yeah.
And just constantly just having the information doesn't always help. You have to take action, and once you have the information, if you just have a seed of information, even if it may be the wrong information, you still got to take action to see if it actually works.
If it's real.
That's why I only stick to porn on the internet. But anyway,
Well,
we're going
anyway.
to a quick break. I'm just joking. Yo, what we gonna talk when we come back, Pastor?
The 5 questions you should ask yourself before you commit to a relationship.
All right, let's
Ooh,
do
this is
it.
about to be deep, yo.
Five
Give us a call at
questions before you
202-656-1BAR. Salud.
Salute.
5 questions for you guys.
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. You tuned into the open bar.
Salud.
Salud. What's on your mind, Pastor?
Hey, so 5 questions you should ask yourself before you actually make a full commitment to somebody in a
I just say
relationship.
before you make a fool out of yourself. What you said?
Well,
It's
yeah,
kinda
that
one and the same.
Yeah, they're about the same.
They're about the same thing, absolutely. But the idea is that, one of the things is, people always want to know a recipe, right? So I'm going to give you 5 questions to ask
That's
yourself.
true. We wanna
But
know
the
the
funny thing
recipe.
is that couple of things you need to do when you ask yourself these questions is you have to be sensitive, right? You got to be sensitive to what you sense.
Like
Like,
question number
Sensitive to yourself.
no, sensitive to energy, sensitive to what because sometimes truth is revealing itself. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking earlier, I said that, truth is always coming out, right? Like a dirty diaper tied in 3 plastic bags.
Okay.
You sit it long enough, it's coming out.
Okay.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So the idea is that, you got to
Walking
be
with your
sensitive
back
to what the energy that you feel, or for yourself, like your own truth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and when you're trying to figure out what you want in your life, right, you got to be honest with that, right?
You do.
There are people who are not sensitive, and so they'll ignore what they actually want, trying to be what somebody else wants.
Yeah, because it's sometimes a popularity thing. You got to find your truth.
So sensitivity is very important, just to go through all of them, right? So in other words, you can't just have.
That's question number 1.
No, I'm just saying that's just overall. When you're asking yourself these questions, it's important to be honest, basically, with yourself, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you ready?
Let's go.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Question number 1.
Question number 1 is you got to ask yourself before you make a commitment to somebody, and that is, are you generally attracted to that person?
Before you make a commitment,
Am I just generally attracted to them?
are you generally attracted?
And that's going to be a combination. It's not just physical. It's personality. It is mentality. It is all
Without their
that-
weave, without their nails done.
Absolutely.
all that energy. Am I just generally attracted to
You
this
see them and
person?
go, that's somebody I could see myself with in the future.
Absolutely.
Do you
Okay.
feel it exactly? Is this? It's got to be some kind of that's
All right.
pulling you to them.
We're not
right?
talking about their money. We just talking about.
Yeah, they can't be. Their money
Not
should be
based
maybe
on-
the last on the list, and it should count for about 3%, Ron. But for you, I know it's
No, I'm just asking.
His
Okay.
count for 97%.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
you
Question
can't alter that because they have money.
question number 2. See,
Money makes you look.
we're
better.
gonna see how much.
That's
and this
true.
is good, Ron. That's good, Ron. You should be the judge.
Most women say that.
Money
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
you look a lot better.
Yeah.
Jay-Z told you. He
Oh.
said.
I'm a billionaire. I'm cute.
Yeah, I'm a billionaire. I'm cute.
I'm cute.
I mean,
Somebody
look.
So number 2, question number 2.
So I'm gonna ask you this question, but it's good for us to think about as we go through each one, right?
Are we
It's-
answering these?
no, yeah, we can answer them. I mean, not everybody each one, but
Yeah.
the one that really sticks out to you, you can jump on it, right? But
Or
I wonder
speaking in the past tense.
which one of these y'all think money would make okay for you, right? Like if they don't have that, money would fix that, right? I don't think any, but one am I generally attracted to them, right?
Just don't have kids with them.
The number 2 question that you have to ask yourself is, do I sense that they are a strong person, or do I sense strength in them?
Not their breath.
Money will make them better
And
if they weak.
strength is, well, how are you factoring strength?
Strength,
Right.
meaning strength, meaning
They're strong-willed.
a person who is not fearful, doesn't carry a lot of fears and phobias. One,
Okay.
a person who is feels confident about addressing their own challenges in their life.
Right.
Because some people really lean on other folk to help them fight their battles. They can't do it themselves, so they always look for somebody to help them. And it's dealing with their own personal things that they have to confront. If a person's not willing to take themselves to task, like you
Okay,
gotta give.
I have an example. You tell me if this fits the thing, right?
Okay.
So there was someone I knew who had a best friend of theirs they paid their phone bill. They've been paying their phone bill for a long time, but they didn't want to. They wanted to stop paying the bill, but they didn't find the courage to say, "I'm no longer paying your bill." No
I think that's definitely one of them.
That's an example
If you're
of
talking
that.
to somebody and a guy's telling you that, that's going to be something that even if you don't know it consciously, subconsciously, you're going to know that there's something lacking in strength there, because you have to have strength to be courageous, or you have to be, to have courage like that. That's strength.
Because they
You know what
want
I'm
to
saying?
hold on to that friend. They feel like if they cut that friend's phone bill
have
off, that's not
conversations-
their friend anymore.
Listen, anybody you talk
Yeah,
to,
that's
right?
no strength.
If they tell you that somebody's abusing them, because that's a form of abuse, right?
Is it?
If you
Okay.
keep using me, right? You keep leaning on me, and to the point to where you're not even
Leaning
catching the
on
hint
me?
that I don't even want to do it no more. And you know what I'm saying? So anybody you talk to and they're letting somebody abuse them and they won't actually do it, they're talking to you about it and they're pouring their heart out to you about it, and you saying, well, you should do X, Y, Z, and then y'all having the same conversation 3 weeks and 3 months and a year later, you know, it's not that they're a bad person, but they might not be the person to have a relationship with.
But when you talk about that, that's not always strength, though. Sometimes it's the dependency issue that they have. It's some
Lots
other
to
issue. It could
consider.
be
Well,
a hero.
dependency,
I mean, it
that
could
would-
be
that
a
would- that would-
hero.
that would mean
When
still
you
lack
lack
of strength.
dependency, you know what I'm saying?
No, what I'm saying is they're
When you
looking
are
for
codependent,
someone
that could be a
else.
sign of lack of strength.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then some
Codependent.
people love to play hero to other people because it makes them feel like they're being
But
fulfilled.
again, are they? So
Are you strong enough to tell that dude
Perspective.
not to pay my damn? Are you strong enough to tell that woman to not pay your phone bill?
After
you-
she pay it?
After she pay it?
No, I'm just joking.
So the idea again is what you want to sense in a person is that they are up to task, like for life issues. It don't have to be always necessarily a personal thing. It could be if something goes wrong, catastrophic in their life. They don't know what to do. They be like, "What should I do?" They like an emergency. They call and ask for help. Like they don't.
That's a very
display.
low bar.
Wow.
They don't display, you know, that level of development where you know how to critically think through a problem and react.
Critical thinking is very big.
It's
But
very
see,
for a lot of
but
people.
there's
Critical
always
thinking.
there's always time people look at that and then they get mad at you. Let's say something do go wrong and then that other person probably in a place where they can't help you, but you're like, I'm not going to ask them. to
Well,
help
the thing about it
And
is,
then
if
people
you,
look at it is that, you know, a lot of people look at that being as if you making a mistake. Like, you know, I got this money. Why not ask me?
This is
And-
true. But again, listen.
But I'm not the type.
Well,
to,
well,
I'm
So
like,
that was
no, I'm
number
not gonna
2.
ask.
So let's go to number 3. And since we did 1, 2, because I feel like we could be on this for a while.
no,
Right.
I just wanted to say one thing about that. It's
Right.
just really is that when you look at the situation, if you giving that advice that they're coming to you for, you probably never been through that situation. So how can you answer that question?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's something they got to figure out. On,
Well,
you know,
well,
and
no,
you could be there support them.
No, that's true. Again, listen. That's why strength is not about having every answer, always
Yes.
doing it by yourself. It's not about not asking for help. It's about your attitude
Towards
towards
what happens.
life and the things that happen in life.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's one thing
can
for you to
fight
ask me to
whatever's
help
coming?
you
Fair enough.
push.
Yes.
But it's another thing for you to ask me to push it for you.
Yeah, that's it.
Fair.
That's it.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
That's
Yeah, those ways. You know what I'm saying? Understanding,
good.
just seeing that they have a strength. And that's mental. That's emotional strength.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
definitely.
That's all those things. You know, are they a strong person? You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, there's some people who are just not fighters.
Right.
And then if you also got to look at, are you a strong person?
Well-
Because you got to ask yourself
of
these
course.
questions as well.
But I mean, again, you don't want to not to be committed to then.
No, but I'm just saying, when you asking these questions, I think you have to ask yourself these questions too, because this is what you're looking for. You
Right.
know, this goes back to
Well,
do
that's
you
what he
deserve
said.
what you desire?
So how
factor.
many
that's
total
good.
questions are on your list, Pastor?
5. It's only
I
5.
don't know if
So
you
we
remember
at
this.
number 2 or
We're
3?
number,
Three.
we're number
Three
3
now.
now.
We're number 3. You ready?
Ready.
All right, number 3 is, do they have passion and are they passionate?
Okay, so
About
number
something.
1 was
Do they have passion? One was, what was number 1? She want to go back down the list.
just real quick because we got to do a little recap to make sure we're keeping up with you.
No, say it.
1 was
Lord
That made me flip my list out.
okay. So number 3 was do they have passion? So we're talking about traits before
Number
you commit
2
to
was,
someone.
do they have, are they strong?
If anybody's just
And
tuning
number
in,
1 was, I forgot.
before you, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about traits that before you commit
Y'all got
to
them?
someone.
Y'all got them?
No,
Okay.
that was
One
number one.
was
Are you generally attracted to
are
them?
you
generally
generally
attracted.
attracted to them? And then number 2 was
Are
are
they
they
strong?
strong
Are they
willed?
strong?
Are they strong?
Are they
strong?
strong?
Are they a
And
strong
number 3 is,
person?
do they have passion or do
And-
they have passion?
Passion.
Are they passionate or do they
Do they
have passion?
and are they passionate about
Passionate.
something?
About
Right.
something.
Okay, about something.
Yeah,
And
passionate
not
about something.
obsessed, because the passion and obsession is a
It's
little
a
bit of it.
difference.
It's a thin
No,
line.
but what I'm really getting at with that thought when you asking are they passionate, do
Or
they
this.
have passion or are they passionate, is that you don't want a person that is completely across the board docile.
Okay.
See, and I think that's where I lack because like I don't take stuff seriously enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I literally look at people and certain, like, I hear people fighting about certain things. I'm like, God, I want to be that way too. But then I'm like, but I don't really care. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But
Ron,
Ron, but there's
there's
something, but there's something that you're passionate about.
I
You know
don't
what
know
I'm saying?
this show.
There's certain
He's
things that will get a
passionate about this show.
that will get a fire underneath you. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was
What
your
would
daughter.
what would make you fight? What would make you fight? Warren, your daughter? Is
I
somebody
mean,
messing
that's
with your daughter?
different.
Not,
But,
not necessarily.
but even in
it
that-
depends on what does she do.
hold on.
or how big that person is.
Listen, but here, guys, think about in the area of relationships. Like, what would be your deal breakers? Like for me,
I have a lot of
for
deal
me it'd be open or private disrespect. Like you just can't disrespect me.
What's disrespect? Because there's a long list of disrespect.
You call it,
just gotta
yeah.
go
So
ahead
just
and
leave the
roll
whole
out.
list alone.
But you don't even know what's on the list. This is an
Yeah.
invisible list.
'Cause-
It's an invisible list of disrespect that no one knows but you.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta.
No.
You gotta give somebody some parameters.
No,
No,
listen,
you
listen.
somewhere and you all kissed
Listen.
up and some man right in front of my face.
Yeah,
And
there's
like,
certain
hey,
things that don't need to be
blatant.
explained, right? You know what I'm
Certain
saying?
things don't.
That's just
Listen.
blatant.
Okay, so say your man leave you to go help another woman or take her home and tell you to like catch the ride or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Anything like that.
Oh, he dropped you off at the bus stop.
That's
He said
not
get
gonna
on.
happen.
He said get on that B12.
What you say?
and take
You said
your
it's not
ass-
happening.
That's not going to happen.
But I mean, that's a good
Or
thing.
you
like,
catch that W bus.
like women, your coworker, your man come pick you up. He have his coworker in the car. She sitting in the front seat, and you
and he
get
tell
in
you
the
get
back.
in the back.
That's
Would you
not
get
gonna
mad?
happen.
Oh
Would
my
you get
God.
mad?
These are things that won't
That's
happen,
not
but
gonna
I
happen.
understand
That's
what
blatant
you're saying.
disrespect.
Why would that? Why you
Why,
sitting in the
why
back
is that
seat?
disrespectful? Why is that disrespectful though?
Yeah.
Baby
Okay.
ride in the back.
I mean, why do we have to do all these moving parts? If she in the front already, you know what I'm saying? You know that's just my
Listen,
coworker.
You was a disrespectful ass motherfucker.
Listen. All I know is.
I think he's
All I
serious,
know
too.
is. Listen. All I know is.
I think he's serious about this too.
We ain't even in the actual scenario. Just asking the question. You can feel the intensity across the table, Joe.
I know.
That's
That's
not
not going to
happening.
happen.
So you was in the back
That's
seat.
not going to happen.
see, that's-
So Pastor, you're not gonna sit in the back seat.
I'll
Look.
catch your Uber.
Look. Let me tell you something.
Why do you want to spend all that extra money? We going to the same destination.
Because he just said
We're
it.
dropping
It's
her
re-
off,
it's
and then
dis-
you can get in the front.
I'm not even gonna lie. If
She
somebody,
can sit in the
but
back.
it's the same with a man. Let's say you out somewhere and your woman, she make this other guy a plate and don't make. Oh, get your food, baby.
Absolutely.
You gonna get mad? You gonna
Hey,
get mad?
listen. You will see my passion come alive.
I'm gonna flip that table.
You're gonna see my passion
You
come
go through
alive.
his past, you come
And
alive.
really, my passion would be a whole different kind. It'd be a different level on the psyche, right? Because I'd be like, oh, okay, good. I'd just be like leaving out the door.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
because
by
the time we get to
you
the
9
end
out
of-
of 10 I drove, right? So you're gonna have to find a ride home.
By the time we get to the heart of this conversation, we blowing everything up.
If she's
It's
making
just-
Okay,
him a plate,
okay, so
she's
at what-
already
so this should be-
secured her
is the-
second ride home.
So this let's
Matter
go
of
to
fact-
number 4.
Look, no,
There's a-
listen, but when I leave, though, she probably ain't even trying to come home. She like, no, I ain't even going there.
yeah, I ain't going.
No.
I ain't-
She done made that man play. She already had plans.
She already had
Well,
a
I mean, that's fine.
She
That's
already
fine,
had a
but I mean,
ride.
Exactly.
Number 4.
Oh my gosh, I'm crying.
Number 4. Here's the fourth thing that you should ask yourself before you make a commitment to somebody in a
Number 4.
relationship is, do they bring out the best in me?
Number 4 is very important.
Do
I
they
thought
make
number
me
4
wanna
should
do
be number
better?
1.
I think that's
Do
really
they make me want to do better? Like,
That's
think
even.
now, are
four
these
should be number one.
any particular order?
not necessarily in particular order, but
No.
just these are things that you need to ask yourself.
But
Because I
that's
think
even in friendship.
they're core,
I think
right?
You should really think
Yeah.
about that
Because
like,
people
you
don't
want
choose
people-
good friends,
and
You don't
right?
Let me
want-
say
you want-
this.
you
Let
want
me
to
say
cut
this.
people out.
No one can really make you better, right? Like, so let's just clear that out for the record.
No,
right?
no,
Yeah, no,
no.
but they can
So-
bring out.
They can
So-
make
so
you want to
motivate
be
you.
better.
Yeah, they can
Let me
motivate
finish,
you.
They
the
can
thought on
motivate
that,
you and
right?
influence
Let her
you.
finish. She's you bet.
She said, hold on,
in
sweetie.
agreement-
1 second, sweetie.
In
1 second,
agreement with
sweetie.
you guys is that you want somebody that kind of bring that helps to elevate your chakras and your energy to bring out that great side
And
of you.
I give a good example of that. Like, okay, when I was in high school,
Yeah.
I dated this one lady, and she every time I saw her, she was like, I said, "How you doing?" "Oh, I got a headache," and she just made me feel sick.
Yeah,
Like,
and
I
you
used
didn't
to
want to
like-
even be around
And I
her.
used to be like, "Oh my god." My mama used to. My mama loved her too.
Okay.
But and she was so mad, and then one day I just couldn't take it, and she was like, "I said, you okay? What you want to do?" I don't know. I'm a little
Yeah, see,
tired.
I could never.
And I was like,
I can never date a woman that's like always woe is me.
yeah,
Because there's nothing you could do to cheer him up. Like, there's nothing you can
don't
do.
forget there are men like that too. So it's
Yeah, I'm
just
sure.
that is
people-
true.
No, and then I have a
People
friend.
who
I
are
have
woe
a
is
friend
me.
that's like that too. A friend that I hang out with, and every time, yo, what's going on? Oh man, my legs ache. All right, I'm good. I'm like, I don't want to hear about that. I might ask you your issues. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
So it's just important. That's a really good one. So just to run a recap, 4 is, do they bring out the best in you?
Do they make me want
they
to be
make
better?
me-
Because if
Ooh,
you
they-
ever
ooh,
somebody,
do
you
they
ever somebody
make
make
you
you want to
wanna
go
be
home
better?
and get your house in order, like man, I
Yes.
gotta get on
I
my
gotta get-
game.
yes.
You start
Yeah,
talking
I-
reckless to
yeah.
other people, like man, I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like, I need to really get my shit together. You know what
Exactly,
I'm
because I
saying?
want to be good for them. Because you want to be stellar for them. Because you look at them as like they just like I love them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
the way they
I
are,
like
they just they make me breathe
well, that's
different.
deep.
Number 4, and then number 3 was,
Are they strong?
are they strong? And number 2 was,
Do
Are you attracted to
are
them? Generally attracted
I thought
to
that was
them.
number
No, that
1.
was number
I'm
one.
sorry.
Number 1, that's still good though, but so it's not
Generally
really any
attracted.
order here,
Yeah.
so they're right.
And number,
Are you generally attracted to them? And number 2 was,
Strong.
Strong.
are they strong?
And are they passionate?
And are they passionate?
3 is, are
okay.
they
And there's
passionate?
one more
And
to
do they-
consider.
Right.
Do they bring out the best in me? Right.
That was
And what's
4.
number
That's
5?
four.
And
Now,
number
number 5
5.
is a long one, okay, but it's a good
Okay,
one,
and these
right?
are all things that you should consider.
And you got to listen
before
to every
taking
word that I
someone
say,
serious.
okay? Because
Okay.
every word is important, all right?
Just keeping our folks up to speed on this.
Yeah, this is the 5th question. It's very important to ask this 5th question, right?
All right, it's very important, guys.
All right, so everything I say, do you sense anything boring, crazy, harmful, unhealthy that is unchecked?
Those are those red flags we ignore. So it's a good one. So it should be say
Do-
red flag 1, red flag.
Do you sense anything that is boring,
Boring.
crazy, harmful, or unhealthy that's unchecked? And that's important because the thing is, people could have some of this stuff in them, right? Issues. But if they talking to you in a way where they're giving you
Seem
that they're
stable?
self-aware.
Yeah,
No,
we're
that they're
self-aware.
self-aware.
Yeah.
That, you know what? I know that I'm a little crazy in this area. I know I'm a little boring and
Self-awareness
I
is
need to
important.
get you on my game or whatever. If they know it, if they're aware, that's one thing. Because then it's checked. Because at least they're working on it if they give you that. But if they talking to you and they don't even realize that they're boring, crazy, or unhealthy,
Yeah.
kind of
But
toxic.
couldn't that be like your opinion? Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
no, but that's
it's-
when
it
your
is
opinion
all
counts.
based on
You're
you.
the one who's committing to them.
Yeah.
Right.
The idea is that's not somebody you should commit to. Like you meet a woman who she could have money. She could love you to death. She could want to travel the world with you. She could have great dreams for y'all together. But if she's unhealthy,
Yeah.
if she's toxic in some way, or she really bores you at the core, like
So
Oh, I see what
basically,
you're
this
saying.
is just your opportunity to assess the red flags we often
you
ignore.
gotta really
Like-
gotta really be honest with what you feel and what you sense. And these things are things that if they're not happening right, or if they're not transpiring the correct right way, you probably want to pass on trying to commit to that.
Right.
Not that you can't be friends or
like
be
somebody who
connected.
think they can sing, they really can't. You know
And they
what I'm
not
saying?
self-aware,
Like,
right?
you don't hear that.
If they be aware of it, is one thing.
And I wouldn't be your friend unless you go on American Idol and embarrass yourself. I got you. I see what you're saying.
Right.
That's so true. I mean, I like all 5 of these, and so I think we definitely need to be. I think Pat has some good stuff to walk away with.
Really good. Yeah.
You know, we can really take this to the bank.
Yo,
Very nice.
PDO is here every Tuesday night. Every Tuesday night, people. And
That's what I'm
that
talking
book,
about.
Love Rework, how's it doing? It's still no one selling.
Still in
DC.
rotation. We about to do a second edition of it. Yeah.
Still no one selling on Florida Avenue, people. Go
Yes.
get that book.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. It's doing its thing. Yo, we come right back. We're going to talk about what's going on locally here in D.C.
Let's
Sharice is
do
going to
it.
fill us in. And then also we're going to hear a little more what's going on with the sexy pastor here in the building,
Sexy pastor.
Sexy pastor.
God.
That's a new. My God. Ain't nothing
My
but God.
God.
My God. Give us a call, 202-656-1BAR.
One bar.
Well, I guess that was a compliment.
Yo, what's going on locally, Sharice?
Well, welcome back to
I know.
the
What
open bar.
about welcome back to?
Welcome back to Oaken Bar.
We trying to we trying to
Okay.
watch it. We trying to milk the clock. That's
Try to
all.
clean the clock. Wait. So, guys, it's definitely been a lot going on councils back in order. A really important one is about immunizations. You guys know we're talking about Don't Mute My Health, and we're working on health advocacy and food justice around the city. And one of the things we're trying to do is to cut off parents' rights to consent for their underage, for basically allowing children to consent for themselves to take immunization shots. And Pastor posted something about this on his social media not too long ago with doctors trying to get flu shots kind of enforced and infused. And so these are some of the things that we're checking in the health realm, but that's happening at every level. So definitely pay attention to your doctors overly trying to, give you some free
Really be
product.
aware of your health status, right, and who you're talking to, right?
Hyper aware. This
love
coming
my doctor.
Tuesday, we have a press conference at City Council where we're putting tax on sugary based products because those are things that are killing us in our communities where a lot of people are dehydrated, unstable, unfocused in the classroom. That trickles out into the community where we see a lot of crimes and violent activities happening, and a lot of those people who are being tested for those are people we find out that are dehydrated, malnutritioned, and not eating properly. And so we're continuously targeting these things in Black and poor communities. And so these are things that we're checking and making real. And so the last thing is that this Sunday, I invite you all out to the DC Art Center. We talked about the Congress Park project that expanded
out.
into the Chocolate City experience, where we're documenting what it looks like in these urban communities and Black communities that are struggling to find a voice and to create food options and create educational experiences. And that's touring in the DC Arts Center right now. And this exhibit is called Reparations Realized. And so I'm one of the panelists on this forum, curated by Mutes Fire, photos by D. Dwyer Joints. Reparations is a larger conversation in the Hill, along with education reform, that we're consistently down there making sure that we are keeping our hands on the pulse, because it is not just a conversation,
Sharice.
it is a realization.
You are the freaking bomb. You know I love you. You just doing that thing. You represent the Open Bar as well as my family. So we're
Definitely.
so proud of
Appreciate you
Of
guys.
course, just walked in the building himself, the little Richie of the Open Bar.
Awesome. The little, welcome. Okay. Looking clean. He had to throw his
I
shades
said the little
on,
Rich.
too.
Little Richie say, I started this. The little Richie
He had to
of the
throw his
Open
shades
Bar.
on.
All right, tell
trying
us,
to-
Kenny, what's up, man? Because we need to know
What's
about this
going
spot.
on?
What's
Shout out
going
to Kenny
on?
B.
Some
What's
fun
going on,
stuff's
fellas?
happening.
I just came to talk about the DuPont Underground. We're an event space in DuPont Circle, and we have a lot of good events coming up. We have like the biggest Halloween party in the city.
Ow.
Going down.
Nice. Scorpio
so-
season 1029.
Yeah, take down the
11-9.
website, which is DuPontUnderground.org, and check out some of our events coming up on the calendar.
Bet, what's the address over there?
19 DuPont Circle.
19 DuPont Circle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
right next to Starbucks. We're right
Perfect.
underneath Starbucks.
underneath, right?
Yeah.
Right by DuPont Hotel, right there. Right?
Yeah, right next to DuPont.
Hey,
Hotel.
so Kenny B, how can they hit you up if they want to bring events there? They can hit you up where?
Hit me
Online?
up at connect at DuPontUnderground.org.
Get the switch on. Okay.
Yep.
Connect at DuPontUnderground.org. If you have any ideas for
Bet,
shows
bet.
or if you have any inquiries,
I'm definitely
any
gonna be
tours or
coming
anything
down
like
there.
that you want to do, just come check us out. The open bar will be down in DuPont Underground. doing their show
Definitely.
very soon. So yeah, tune in, ladies and gentlemen, to that. Okay.
Big holiday. You
Excellent.
said y'all having
Also,
a big
can
holiday.
Pastor have his church day on Sundays?
Oh,
Come on, Joe. That'd be, wouldn't it be cold blooded? We coming.
Pastor.
We coming.
Yes.
We gonna do it.
Pastor, no. Pastor's having church at DuPont Underground. Pastor, if you want to come to the DuPont
No.
Underground, that would be
Absolutely.
now.
Kanye West.
issue, sir. Like
Yeah.
seriously.
Hey, we there.
Do you sing?
No.
You don't. Oh.
This is Young. Let her tell her where she at and all her
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Tell everybody. We need to update. Tell
Well,
everybody
I'm
where
the
they can
senior
find you.
pastor of the Brook Church, 6902 Marlboro Pike in District Heights.
Oh.
We have services on Sundays at noon.
All right. At noon.
Do you have
At
online
noon.
services as
No,
well?
No
no
online
online
services?
services.
So no Bedside Baptist? for
No,
your
absolutely not. You
congregation?
have to come and experience.
And what's the ratio of women and men in your?
I have both.
That is true. What is the ratio?
I have men and women.
More women?
Of course, more women.
Okay.
sanctified, you know, saying praise.
No.
It's,
What
it's
the
hard,
hell
it's
is
hard
that?
to have 50-50.
They're just women,
Yes, it's hard to have 50-50.
but they're manly men
right.
too.
Like I say, manly men. I like.
That's what's
I
up.
like
That's what's
that.
up.
That's
Yo, we had a great show today. I think we
was
flowed
awesome
really
show.
well. Sharice, thank you for coming. We missed
Thank
you.
you.
Man,
Sharice.
trying to do our part, guys. You know I don't do a lot of talking. More work, less talk.
Yeah.
You doing that thing. Kenny B, we ain't seen you in a while. Thanks for coming.
Kenny B says he's coming up here. He called me for like the last 3 months saying I'll be up here every week and still ain't come up here till now.
Right.
Gotta get it right. Gotta get the trench work.
The sexy pastor's in the building. Thanks for coming.
Two sexy
Thank you
passes.
guys for having me.
I think they're
Thank
both
you,
single
you come
guys.
back anytime. They both single?
I don't know.
They both single?
I don't
Or
know.
what?
She put
I don't know
y'all
if they
together.
both
I'm single.
Yeah, but the same.
I'm single.
Just single, regular single,
You're
not
single, and
single.
she's single.
Regular single.
Yo, see you next week. Salud!
Salute. Nice.
Got the club going up on a Tuesday. Got